Welcome to the 2025 Lake Hopatcong Grand Prix. I'm Brian Baldry along with Brad Harrington and Brian Hopatcong here for a good time. A second day of racing for us. These are the big boats, guys. What do we got going on?
So we got a full day of racing. All of the OPA race classes are going to be out on the course today. We're making history today. Brian's going to talk about that in just a little bit. So we've never really been on this side of the lake, and we've got a lot of boats here, Brian. What we had 37, 60 total, and
60 total
37
boats.
racing today.
Yep.
With the JSBR, that was so fun yesterday having the JSBR races there and seeing all the different types and styles of boats and all the families that are racing and father and sons and daughters, and gosh, it was so cool.
Yeah, and just an absolute ton of good quality racing. Deck to deck racing, cutthroat racing at some times, some really good times, and the conversations in the pits afterward. That was a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was good
They
deal.
were conversating. They really weren't throwing punches. So yeah, it was a good day.
Yeah, everybody. When you get back to the pits, everybody's your friend at that point. So a lot of good times that we had yesterday, and looking forward to it today. Conditions today a little more overcast than they were yesterday, but I don't think that's going to affect anything. We've got a little bit more wind, a little bit better breeze, but really the lake is pretty flat, and I think we're going to have a great day of racing.
Yeah. So Brian, tell everybody, explain to us, everybody watching, from outside of our area, how we're setting a precedence today, and making history.
Yeah, thank you for having me. And we're coming to you live from the Jefferson House there. And you're right. In the history of Lake Hopatcong, and there's a lot of history, and we'll talk about that as we go through the race today. There has never, ever been a race out here, a boat race, besides regattas, but a motor, offshore powerboat race or any powerboat race for that matter, in the history of Lake Hopatcong.
On the main lake.
On the main lake. So we're making history. So we raced down at the Woodport Cove yesterday, like we normally do, and we are making history out here today on this main lake, which used to be Great Pond.
So some of us that aren't familiar with like the where we've raced before and the big lake, tell us what the main difference is and why we haven't raced on this part of the lake before.
The challenge, and as people will see when we start with the races, is the volunteers. Lake Hopatcong is so unique. Lots of restaurants, lots of marinas, lots of coves. So where you have coves, you have marinas. There's a lot of boats coming from those coves, and we need to maintain, for anyone that didn't see social media and the police department's notifications, coming out of those coves, they know there's a race going on. So we need to have interceptors. So we have over 20 or exactly 20 volunteer boats around the perimeters in these coves.
Okay.
At least another 11 police and fire boats out there. And then we have our medical and dive teams and race control on the water out in the middle and some towboats. So all in all, we're pushing 40 boats out there that are supporting this race.
Yeah, we saw all the people at the safety meeting this morning. We appreciate all them, and we got State Patrol here and the local EMS and fire, and everyone's pulling together to help it. Now, we did have a regatta just across the way here, but it was a sailboat regatta.
Right.
And I missed it, Brian.
I know.
I missed it. It was such intensity, and they were so blistering fast. I just must have been a blur. I didn't see it.
I think you were still sleeping, Brad.
It must have been. I must have been still sleeping. I'm sorry, Brian. As you can tell, I am a motorboat guy. I like power boats. I like power and loud boats more than our friends that have sailboats.
Yes, I don't want to do too much work when I'm on a boat, and you need both hands and then a third hand. You got the wheel. You got to swing the jib.
Yeah, my mother used to say, "Oh, that looks so relaxing." I'm like, no, it looks like there's somebody on one of those boats working his tail off. So no, I'm not a fan of that.
But must all have big biceps, though.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to a great day of racing. I was just getting some contacts, some information here, live action, trying to get updates for everybody. So yeah, it is a little bit more overcast today, a little bit more breezy. But these bigger boats, it's not going to make a difference.
No, I think the water's being pretty flat. I think it's going to be a good day of racing. So.
Yeah. And then Brian, if I'm sorry, I get to say Brian to my right or Brian to my left at any time today. They make it easy on me, folks. Yeah, let's just let the slow guy from Kansas just deal with one name.
You got Hopatcong Brian.
Yeah, that's right. So, Brian, either one of you, if you want to give us a heads up, we're going to have how many races today?
We're going to have 4 races today. and I think we're going to start with Class 7 is going to be the first race today.
Okay.
So in Class 7, I think we've got a total of 15 boats now, which I think might be a record for OPA for the number of Class 7 boats that we've had. So 15 boats out on there. We'll go through that list here as we get just a little closer to time. We had some boats that were lining up. We thought they are not quite out here yet, so we've got just a little bit of time before we go live with that. Now, today we are live here at the Jefferson House. Absolutely fantastic views. Best sunset on the lake, is
Yes.
what I've been told. Absolute great staff here. If you haven't been to the Jefferson House, you need to be here. And if you're not here today watching the races, I don't have any idea what you're possibly doing. This is where you need to be. This is the place to watch the races today. We've got several different venues too, but having a good time here today. So
Yeah, that looks. They've been wonderful to us and very inviting and just bent over backwards. We really appreciate them. And it is a great vantage point. You know, from anywhere on the course, you can almost see everything right here at the Jefferson House. And we ate dinner here last night. It was wonderful dinner.
fantastic. Yep.
Yeah, it was great, great food. So
Yeah, and you'll have those sunsets go right over here, depending on the year. They have a nice orange palm tree over there, and there's millions of pictures of that sunset from right here at the Jefferson House.
well, I guess they do a lot of weddings and different events here up in their banquet hall.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're
Got a
local,
tiki bar and live entertainment all summer long. So I know that that's starting to wind down now, but I know their event center is open year round, and I know that they've booked quite a few events, but I think they still have some slots open. So if you're thinking of of an event coming up soon, definitely need to check out the Jefferson House. So.
Yeah, and if I can add a little fun fact to that, behind us is where they do the outdoor weddings, and I guess this is a plug as well. Our very own Jay Muller with Gem
Yeah.
Construction,
Yeah.
is going to be doing a whole new tiki setup right behind us.
Nice.
oh, cool.
Nice. Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, we'll look forward to that for next year. So
Yeah.
be a good time.
And we were talking about all the local racers that are from up around here, and there's so many of them. And we were talking about how there's so many velocities here in this area, and but Chris Colson that races in almost every class, he loves this, and he got his feet wet per se here at this lake, and
Almost
it's been
literally.
yeah, literally, and has been going ever since. So yeah. Shout out to Chris. He's a great guy, and his family and everybody, they all travel, and he's a great supporter of with this racing and the JSBR series as well.
Yeah, he ran a skiff yesterday and did have some issues with the boat taking on a little bit of water. So yeah,
Well, as I understand, he went so blistering fast that it ripped the bottom off of it. Now that's fast.
yeah, that's fast.
That's fast. Or the transom out of it, whichever way you want to look
Yeah,
at it.
Yeah, whichever.
He had a high-speed come apart. It's
did.
what we call that. Technical term is high-speed come
Yeah,
apart.
he absolutely did, and he's safe, and the whole crew's safe, and had a great time doing it, and then came back out in a Class 7 boat and had a good time with that as well. So, yeah, good times.
Great times. Great times. It is cooler than what we have in the Midwest right now. We were so hot back home, and today's going to be in the high 60s. So beautiful day here in Lake Hopatcong. It's amazing that there's so much history here, and these restaurants, Brian, their docks are pretty small, and still can use the tires around here. We can't use tires back home, so for bumpers and such. But I see the spectator fleet is all showing up. They're tying up out there. How deep is it out there?
It gets as deep as 50 feet out there. I would say they're going to be racing between 25 to 50 feet in different sections. But out here in the main lake, that's deep water.
Yeah.
Big fish down there.
Big fish. What? So a lot of people. Is this a big fishing lake? Do you guys have a
yeah.
lot of tournaments and such?
Yeah. There's a bunch of fishing groups. The Knee Deep Club. I think Fishing Lips is another one that posts a lot of stuff on social media, and they're bringing out big monsters like muskies and stripers are in here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Northern Lake. Yeah. Cool. Well, so do you want to talk about any of the other sponsors that you guys? I know your guys' group put together a heck of a race for us, and have the packet here.
Yep.
And a lot of sponsors from all over the area, were supporting us here. And we want to give a shout out to those that have helped make this happen.
Yeah, and I'll start very easily off the top of my head. We'll hit some restaurants first. So again, we're at the Jefferson House, a great spot as we just talked about. Across the way in the River Styx Cove, if you go down that way, you have Patrick's Pub, and then you have the Beacon. The Beacon is a very proud sponsor of ours. When you head up towards the north end of the lake, that's when you get into Mason Street Pub, another great sponsor of ours. And some of the volunteers are at our Prospect Point Boatyard, which is also connected to the Stonewater, which is where I keep my boat. Another good volunteer. Little Nicky's brought our pizza for us on our Fun Run Friday to keep everybody well nourished.
Now, talking about the fun run, I want to do that next year.
Yeah,
I want to
you
get
have
here.
to.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we can fly in, but
Do
you're
it.
going to have to set us up with a boat.
Absolutely, that's
All right.
my job. I plan.
You're the boat guy.
I get everybody on a boat. I make sure.
All right, cool. Make a date.
100%. It's a good time.
Yeah.
So,
I'm in.
I mean,
in the beginning, real quick on the fun run, I used to have to run around, and I would say it was like herding cats. We need you on the fun run. These are big sponsors. They give a lot. We need to go. We need to go. It's at the point where everybody's ready, and they're
Yeah.
all looking forward to it. And I was getting text messages. What time? We're gonna have 3 boats. Shout out to Tom Crowley and his team with TC Marine and Typhoon and Rum Runners. They're like, we're bringing 4 boats. We're doing the fun run. So real good. They make it, and that's where these restaurants and these sponsors are like, I want in. I had sponsors actually coming to me, hey, how do I get in this book? How do I get in this book? So they're lining up now.
Good.
So,
Awesome.
so we have a well-oiled machine. So
So is it on the fun run? Is it everything from pontoons to runabouts to powerboats to
anything and everything, even the JSBR guys got out there. And what I'll
Come
pull is we had Action Park up here. These little 12 or 14 footers, and they were coming around and they did the fun run.
Cool.
So, but it's open to spectators. We welcome it to the public because we're trying to draw attention to our sponsors.
Yeah.
sure.
And there was dock spaces full, and there was boats waiting to try and get in. We had so many people. That hasn't happened on a fun run until this year. So it is growing, and every racer loves it. If you ask any team that was on it, they're going to give you raving reviews.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
we're definitely in the fixture. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So, and in that first race that we have today, talking about fun, we got a kind of a treat that's going to jump in there and run with the Class 7 boats. It's Tim Sharkey's going to run that 14-foot Bullet, and he has a blast in that boat. No matter where he's at or what he's doing. Heck, he just did the run on the Hudson from down at the how far up did he go? He ran
160 miles.
160 miles
miles.
from the Statue of Liberty all the way up to
What was it?
Trenton. I don't know, but 160 miles in that thing. And Chris Colson did it on a Sea-Doo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I want to say it was
rerun.
West Point, wasn't it?
Was
Didn't
it?
they go up that far?
160 miles.
Yeah. Chris Colson was on there too. He was on a wave runner.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Good
160 miles on a wave runner. That's a lot of fun. Now you've done something similar to that.
Yeah.
Not quite that far, but
yeah, I did. I did from one dam to the other dam and back in a day. And
yeah,
I
like
think
the
it
Ozarks,
was
yeah.
well, it's almost 100 miles up and almost 100 miles back. So yeah, 188 miles I think is what we did that
Oh,
day.
I think Chris is right up there on that wave runner. Was sponsored by Preparation H.
I can see that. Yes, yes. I did it with 2 people on a Sea-Doo. It was a blast though. Yep. My daughter and I did that, and good times, going a long way. And see, that's another thing. Chris will race or run on anything, whether it's a PWC or whether it's a one of those skiffs, JSBR guys, or in 17 different classes that he's in with us. So
Yeah.
good times. Well, folks, again, here at the 2025 Lake Hopatcong Grand Prix, we mentioned earlier the Mullers. They do so much for the race up here and kind of bring it to their home waters. If you pick about any class, they're in one of those too. Between all the boys and they've even had their daughter racing a couple of times too. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, Reagan.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and hit your marinas. We were talking about sponsors. We have Flash Marina, proud sponsor, and they have fuel there. Barnes Brothers down the way towards Bertram Island down there, the proud sponsor. They have fuel, and West Shore / South Shore Marine. Good.
And then North Shore Marine, I think, is our towboats today, right?
West Shore Marine.
West Shore Marine.
Yeah. Yep.
And they, I saw them at the meeting, and they were going to have
boats.
3 boats out there. Yep.
Yep.
And you'll be able to see if you're in the spectator fleet and listen along today. You'll see that the patrol boats or safety boats have the purple flags, and they're just going back and forth, making sure that the spectators don't get into the actual race site or racing course. So if you would pay attention to those guys, wave to them, be nice to them, and they'll keep you in a safe spot. And
Good times today.
Yeah. I see that. Are they still setting buoys out there? I see the 3 south buoys from our vantage point. And I see that earlier I saw the yellow dogleg buoy. So
Yeah.
that's another good thing we could talk about too. So yesterday, it's a 2.1 mile course yesterday, and it had that dogleg on the backside.
Right.
And today, it's basically just a larger version of that. It's going to have a dog on the backside with that marked by that yellow buoy. And so this is a 2 mile course, right?
2.3 mile each way. So just under 5 miles.
Just under 5 mile lap. So yeah,
Now, one thing that they did a little bit different, I think, to just clarify the turns, they made them actually 3 pillows on each turn, so it's
Yeah.
just a little bit.
bigger. I
Bigger
know they
turns.
definitely did down there
Yep.
because I can verify that right now.
Yep.
Yep.
So that'll be good for the racers and making sure that they're staying in that nice arc turn, as opposed to sometimes they try to cut that short and makes it a little more difficult for them. So a little bit safer course, I think. Um, so good day here out at the 2025 Lake Hopatcong Grand Prix. Brian Baldry, Brad Harrington, Brian Hopatcong.
So Brian, is there a organization that puts this on, or are you guys just a bunch of guys that get together, or is there a club?
But we have so much support. Danielle Stockstill, Mike, her husband, Mike Stockstill, helps out with a lot of stuff. List goes on to the J&J race crew. Mark Rossetti, who is my old partner, still my partner. We just don't have a boat right now. They help out, and then the list goes on. There's some people I'm not mentioning, but it just extends out, and you have a core bunch of people that are just hitting out there, talking to the sponsors, trying to get them engaged, bring the excitement, and it's working. It's growing. We pretty much have a set, plan down, a process, and you go back to those happy people, and they're eager to do it again, and they're just trying to extend it each year. So we have a well-oiled machine, but that machine is tough to keep running, so you have to just keep going with it.
Wow. Cool. Well, we appreciate all the hard work that you guys do year round to bring us this race. And, in this beautiful area, back home, we all have floating docks. And you guys have some floating docks, but a lot of them on our piers too. And I'm noticing that around the lake, there's boat houses. So over here, so I always have been intrigued by those. So you're actually over the water, and you have a garage underneath that you can pull your boat in. And this one over here almost looks like a little church from back home over that pontoon.
Yep.
So
I actually know who lives there.
Oh yeah. Well, shout out. Hi.
Yep.
Hopefully they're paying attention. So we have some of those back home in our home lake, which is Lake of the Ozarks. We're from Kansas City, but that's our home water. But a lot of them are up the shore, and they had a tram that would take the boats up into that garage. Here, you guys have it right on the water.
We do have a few trams on this lake.
Oh,
there
really?
are some steep spots.
Yeah.
Actually, if you're in the water going back towards the pits from here, if you look up on the left, you'll see one of those, and down on the other coves down the other way, there's another one.
And then there's some excursion boats too. I saw somebody going out for was it a sunset cruise last night?
Yeah, so one of our big sponsors, we say the Windlass. It's Windlass, Alice's, the golf course up here, their miniature golf course, Lake Hopatcong Golf Course. They have the Main Lake Market, Camp 6, and actually they have the Miss Lotta, named after a very famous dancer that was up here back in the day. And
Whole lotta?
Miss Lotta.
Oh.
Yep, Lotta Crabtree. That's what was her name.
Oh,
Lotta
okay.
Crabtree. It's worth a Google or a Chat GBT, as everybody's doing now. And that dinner cruise ship will be out here. They were selling tickets. I was on it 2 weeks ago on a cigar cruise with some of the racer friends of mine. J&J Racing was on there, and they'll be stationed where we are, directly across right by the chute. And River Styx Cove for people who know that.
Cool. So they're probably loading everybody up and getting ready to get out there on the course to watch.
Yes,
Some
sir.
of those other places like Windlass, they have a really good vantage point of the race as well. So, if you're in the area and you're not over in one of these places, you really need to get here. We're going to start kicking off races here shortly, and it's going to be a great time.
Yeah, and there's one restaurant I've mentioned a few times, the Beacon, who's a sponsor of ours. They're down in that River Styx Cove, so they do have a vantage point, but it's just going to be the boats passing by the chute. But if you're in that area, you can't make it to this side of the lake, or it looks like it's a packed house here, so I don't know if there's any reservations left. Make sure you hit the Beacon, and you could sit on their deck and watch them go by and listen to that beautiful, beautiful sound.
So I was looking a little bit. He's saying all these names and things.
Right,
So
right.
River Styx, I was looking that up. It's not Sticks, it's Styx.
Correct.
So what's up?
That I don't know.
Just
But
like the band.
It's I know, but you wouldn't think that back in the day when they were naming the
Yeah.
coves, they'd be thinking about
Yep.
it.
now, back in the day, they did some races back there, and I'm drawing a blank, and I'll hopefully get it. But the Patrick's Pub used to be a big dance hall. There used to be a lot of casinos up here, numerous hotels. I think between hotels, bed and breakfast, and inns, at one point they had over 40 of them up here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Castle Edward and the Breslin were the biggest ones. So if you do a little research on that, we even have a museum over by the state park, which for our vantage point is right beyond Bertram Island down the end. And they're open sporadically through the week. And shout out to Marty Kane, our resident historian. He's a good buddy of mine, and he signed a book for me with a history book, and I wish I had it with me.
Dude, I love history.
Yeah.
Where's my book?
I'll get you one.
What's his name?
Marty Kane.
Marty, I need a book. All right. To Brad Harrington, thank you very much. I appreciate that. So I'm the historian, and when it comes to, back home, and a historian with a lot of the boat events down at Lake the Ozarks, and so I guess I always thought, well, why am I the historian? I guess now I'm getting to be
Around
gray-haired, and now I'm the old guy that knows a lot of those things.
Some of these boats.
I lived it.
Yeah, some of these boats that were built back in the in the day. It was about the time you were around. So, about the time you got
Thanks.
started. So yeah.
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
So this isn't on purpose. You're setting me up perfect here. So Marty actually does a cruise, and they do a couple a year where he goes through the history and shows you where all of the hotels were, and just builds the whole history of here. Hudson Maxim, and he was famous. You had Chris Craft, I talked about yesterday, where they were headquartered up here, building those beautiful wood boats.
How about next Friday or next year on the Friday before the fun run, we do a little history run?
Yeah, I will get him to do
Just
to work it out.
setting it all up.
Unless you come out Thursday like you promised, and we can. Do it
Oh,
on
there you
Thursday.
go. I could come out the day before.
Marty Kane, if you're listening, you have a challenge.
There you go. That's on the screen right there for everybody. That's another yacht club that's down on the other end of the course, right?
Yeah, so that's Lake Forest Yacht Club, and I promise you these are not setups on purpose. We're doing a really good job here. That's where all those Woodies really house themselves, is over there. And you have the Garden State Yacht Club, which is next to that, tucked in the corner.
Like
But this-
historic wooden boats.
Yeah, oh yeah, these are the Chris Craft, as we call them, Woodies.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I love those things.
Yeah, and you'll see the Miss Lake Hopatcong go by. Oh, they're beautiful boats, and they're over there. All the sailboats are over there. You can kind of see them packed up on the left there behind that orange buoy.
Yeah.
And then off to the right. So yeah, that's the Bertram Island. We'll talk about that a little bit later when we have some time to focus on Bertram Island. That was not always a yacht club and houses and condos there. It was a much more fun place.
All right. Well, I guess we're going to be going live here soon. I think Brian was getting a little heads up while we were talking there.
We are going to be going live here at some point.
Thank
Will
you,
we-
Captain Obvious.
No, one of those things, we talk about this all the time. There's regular time, on time, offshore time.
It's offshore.
We are on offshore time for sure. We were supposed to start our first race at about 12:30 originally.
Noonish.
12:25 noon.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So
Yeah.
here very quickly we're going to be doing that.
Oh.
Yeah. So very shortly, Brad.
Oh, live action.
Live action.
We always talk about the schedule and see. That's the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
So that was cool. He was telling us a little bit about that marina. We had a shot of it on the other side of the course, and we could almost see the sailboats that are over there. And it's a beautiful setup over there. I'd love to see that. And that's that Bertram Island. Bertram Island. That name sounds familiar.
So I talked about ice cream afloat. Leslie, I gave her a shout out.
Yeah.
Her father has just been named, and I'm probably going to get this wrong, but I think he's like the vice commodore.
Oh, awesome.
Okay.
So we have friends over there and
Cool.
sponsors.
Cool. Not a lot of cruisers on this lake. Are there any limitations to the boat size?
No, nope, no limitation at all. I have a 25-foot cuddy cabin, and we sleep on the lake on the weekends. And Wicked, who unfortunately had some issues yesterday, they actually him and Lori have a boat right next to us, and we hang out at the Stonewater and spend some good nights on the water.
Cool. Hey, let's talk about that. We did have a little attrition yesterday. So what happened with Wicked? I know they had a brand new motor in that boat.
Yes. So they had some oil pressure issues, and they don't know exactly what happened, but right now they're thinking that there was an issue with the oil pump.
So they, in the precaution of safety and to with your pocketbook, they didn't want to go ahead and chance that motor and went ahead and shut her down.
Safety of
That's
the
it.
pocketbook.
So
Sometimes you got to protect it all.
and you had a seasoned veteran in there, and Jax Muller, so he knew right away that that pressure dropped as they were going around the turns, and he saw it, and they shut it down.
Yeah.
So
And then we had one more scratch that was Bounty Hunter that scratched for today. That was, of course, that 26-foot Cougar Cat. And unfortunately, he blew an outdrive right in front of our broadcast yesterday. And we could all hear that. And I guess we have our headsets on. We could hear the motor go away or over rev. But I heard everybody said you could hear the outdrive go click, 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 click. So that means, yep, that outdrive is done.
So talking about
Another high-speed come-apart.
Yeah, talk about not protecting your pocketbook. But you know what? It's racing, man.
yeah, I spoke to them last night, and he showed me pictures, and it was a clean snap right off. So his drive was 6 inches shorter and missing a prop.
Oh,
But I said that
Lost
you
the
guys
prop.
called it. I'm like, oh, lost a drive. He goes, they were right. It's exactly what happened.
Yep.
So
prop shaft, huh?
yeah, they're disappointed because they're locals,
Yeah.
and they were looking forward to being out here and making history with everybody else. And he's building some other really cool boats, he said. And he said, look out. He goes, next year we're going to have some really cool boats, and we'll be racing them.
That's awesome.
Awesome. So, in that area, I guess they could go out and maybe get the prop. It's not too deep there, right? Get a scuba diver to go out and find it.
Yeah, it is not too deep, but it might just be a trophy because, but that those props, as we know, are very expensive. So
Right. Yep.
Well,
maybe
and
just throw one of those fishing magnets in there.
yes,
Good luck. Well, as our good buddy back home, Chad Prater, would say, we'll just make more money tomorrow, you know?
That's right.
yeah,
Yeah.
I get all of that. But once you get a prop that you like,
Ah.
it's just
It's
so much
heartbreaking.
time
Yeah, it's
and
heartbreaking.
effort to find the actual setup that you want, and then boom, to lose it at the bottom of the lake. Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway, folks, yeah, it's really the crowd is really growing around here, around us. I think you can probably see them walking around behind us, and out in the water, we've got a lot more spectators tying up.
People gathered on the docks, getting ready to watch, and
Yeah,
yeah, it's going to be a busy day.
it is. It is. So in Class 7, let's do a rundown of who's running.
Okay. We're going to go through on pole position and just kind of run them down that way. That has the pole for Class 7 is 730 Red Rum. And then second place is going to be 732 Hammersticks.
Mm-hmm.
Third is going to be 735 Red Rocket. Fourth is going to be 789 Just the Tip. Fifth is going to be 752 The Flying Lucy. Sixth is going to be 766 Chug It. Seventh is going to be 714 Shocker. Eighth will be 769 Team Shadow. Ninth will be 765 Goofing Around. 10th will be 768 Jackie Blue. 11th will be 721 Team Progression. 12th will be 752 ER Performance. 13th will be 757 Yasista. Yasista. 14th will be 731 Back in Business. And of course, in the 15th position will be Killshot with Tim Sharkey.
Okay, so there were several breakouts in that class yesterday. I believe out of the 14 boats that raced, there was about 9 boats that broke out. How many boats broke out yesterday, Tech Inspector? 8. 8. So I was close. 8 or 9. So that's going to leave the door wide open for a couple of those boats that were off the pace a little bit, that all they have to do is come out and have a very good showing today to come out with a very good place overall for the weekend.
Yeah,
and then, also in that class, Chris Colson is going to be running with Ray Evans. They've got a lot of seat time in that boat.
Mm-hmm.
And, they're always a strong runner. Joe Riley Jr. is running today. Senior was yesterday, and he's going to be in with Dylan Gold. So looking forward to seeing Junior out there today in Team Progression. And one of the progressions that we have out here today. And Robert Barnchetti, right? Barnchetti?
Mm-hmm.
He was having a little bit of back trouble, so good to see he's out here running. We don't want to, get him hurt in any way.
Yep, he'll
He's
be right
running
on
with
team. I'm sorry. Yep.
Anthony Cruz. So I hear that they're coming out. They are going to do a parade lap today. So they're going to go all the way around the course, and then they're going to take them to the milling circle and get
Yep.
them lined up. And
And
here
as
they
we
are
speak,
coming
yep.
down. There
As
you
we
go.
speak, we've got the pace boat coming down with the Class 7 boats. They are under yellow flag right now. They're going to do a parade lap, as Brad said. They're going to bring them back around and get them started. And very shortly, gentlemen, we are going to be racing.
Brian, is that giving you chills? We got boats racing on the big lake.
Oh, I love it. We're about to make history when that goes green. I am loving it. So you're talking about the parade lap. They're going to come around. They're going to do one full lap for everybody, and then they're going to go back up near Bertram Island at the south end of this course, and they're going to mill there for their start. And they will be green flagging, hopefully right in front of us again.
As they're coming
Correct.
north.
As they're coming north. Pretty much the same thing, just bigger, like you said before.
Yep.
But we'll have parade laps because a lot of these racers don't know this course.
Yeah, because we've never raced on there before.
So
It's true.
So for people that weren't able to watch yesterday, we were up on the north end of this lake yesterday, and it used to be actually 2 lakes until they put the dam in and raised the water, what you say, by 12
12
feet.
feet.
So they actually have to go from the little lake to the big lake, which is underneath a bridge,
Brady Bridge.
and they have to worry about the depth there.
Yeah, the depth coming through from that cove on Little Pond, as it used to be called, and through is pretty much the same. You're talking on average about 5 feet. You'll have people on there that are telling me maybe a little bit lower right now, but they'll come through. And once they get out here into the main lake, that's where it's going to significantly drop, and you'll hit that 20-foot drop very quickly, and then hit 50 out here in the middle. So I hope some of those turn boats have long anchor lines.
Oh, I'm sure they do. Sure they do. So there you have a great shot of the shoreline as they're going down towards the south end of the course, following that beautiful Apache pace boat. There's some of the spectators that we have, and that's a great shot of the yellow dogleg buoy on the backside of the course.
Yeah, we're going to be able to see these guys coming around the end of the turn here very quickly.
Yeah.
So we're going to have those guys. We're going to drone in the air right now. We're going to have the boats coming around on the end of the course and finishing up that parade lap, and then we're going to go racing, Brad.
Yeah.
So,
For those that know the lake, they're coming by Lee's Park, and then they're going to be coming through past Davis and right past us.
So Brian, when you race actually with your boat, you were talking about that earlier. Which classes were you racing in?
I was in Class 7 with my partner who texted me while we were talking before, and he has the 429 formula that we've raced here as well, and he said that we will take you on the fun run.
Oh,
So
awesome.
Mark Rossetti, he's
We're in.
here.
We're in.
in,
Yeah.
perfect.
So we had his Apache, which was the Mini Guinea, and we had a lot of fun with that one. Had some things go on, and then we bought J&J's Velocity from them, and we raced that Class 7. And as I said before, and Mark's going to be happy because I know he's listening right now, our claim to fame, I think it was about 3 or 4 years ago, we took third in the Nationals. That's I can die happy and tell my daughter I'm in the record books.
Yep. Now we've got a great shot here of them going around the parade lap. They're not all lined up here, which is not critical in the parade lap. We want the racers to be comfortable with where the buoys are and where they're going to be, as far as like understanding the course. This is the first time that they've been out on this end of the lake, so we want to make sure that we are, all racers are knowing exactly where we're going to go, especially when we have a class as big as Class 7 with 50 people in it. It's going to get wide and it's going to get rowdy quick.
Yeah, so I could say from experience is what they're doing right now is those drivers are trying to pick out landmarks on the land up in the trees, because they might not be able to see the buoy because it's around a turn. So they're trying to pick up a spot where they're going to aim for when they come around that turn until they can see that buoy.
Absolutely.
So this is a great shot. So I do see 3 pins on the north side too. There's one. There's the second shot of the apex, and then as the exit buoy as they leave the north turn and head back to the dog lake.
It looks so much wider from a drone view.
So are they starting them up on the north end? They're coming off plane.
They are not supposed to.
I think they're just going to get them lined up and get caught up right there, and then they're going to come down and get them started. That's my understanding anyway.
So guess who the starter is today?
Who
the
said
green
that?
flag in the Apache, at least for this class, because he saw it yesterday. It was our friend Chippy. Chippy's in there helping. I appreciate all of his help. He had his center console he dragged up here, about an hour and a half from his house, he said.
Yeah, and
Appreciate he did a great job.
yeah, did a great job yesterday. Good dude.
Appreciate everything he's doing for us this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you have the boat fleet, and they're just chomping at the bit to get out there.
Yep. And any minute, folks, we're going to be live action, as my friend Brad likes to say. 2025 Lake Hopatcong Grand Prix OPA Racing, Class 7, starting here in just a few moments. Folks, stay tuned. We're going to be right here with you the whole time. We're going to have people getting these boats lined up, and then they're going to start coming this way any moment. So
Look at all those boats,
I
Brian.
feel the anticipation. You know, these guys are trying to figure out, okay, where do I need to be? This is a big class. We want to make it lined up. We want to get straight. It's going to be a good time.
You know, and the way that they dictate who's going to be on the pole and their starting positions is how they finished yesterday.
Right.
And so that's
Yeah. Now, one of the things that they were talking about in the drivers' meeting this morning, you will see this, is that they want to be out. They want the pace boat out in front. They want the pole boat and have everybody line up off that pole boat so that everybody, especially in this big class, can see these start boats so that there's not any questions as to what's going on there. So, again, pace boat's going to be out in front. Pole boat's going to be behind, and then everybody's going to line off of that pole boat position, and then they're going to come around and get started. So.
cool. We were just seeing here, Brian, I want to point out that D is on the start-finish boat, which is our over here to our right.
It's a Sylvan pontoon, a gray one.
Yeah. And those volunteers that are helping Dee out today, she's our chief scorer, and they will be waving the checkered flag as we are winding down these races today. So
Yep.
appreciate Dee and all she does.
And Class 7 is going to be running 7 laps today.
7 laps. That's a long race for them. May have to stop and get fuel.
Let's hope not.
Have a pit stop. Making sure that we have all of our safety assets in place. Again, we want to thank all of the State Patrol and the fire and EMS and all of their help and all of the volunteers. Boy, it's really filling in here around the restaurant. Got a big spectator crowd. Several. I don't see an empty chair. Wow. Cool. Oh, looks like they're getting up on plane, Brian. That's so easy to say, Brian. Brian and Brian.
Dare I say dynamic duo.
There you go. Sure, appreciate your help. You know, with the local insight, I really appreciate that. I know our viewers do too.
Yeah, and I love that you're a historian, so you're truly soaking it up and not just telling me you are.
I am. I'm gonna have to miss our fun run back at Lake the Ozarks next month because I am the vice president of our historic society and our annual banquets that weekend.
Yeah, now you can see here on the screen that they've got the pace boat out in front, and everybody's trying to get lined up off that pole boat. They're going to get. They just wanted to make sure that they could see and get a nice, clean start for this class. You know, sometimes this class gets started a little bit faster than what they like, and we want to make sure that we are getting those racers comfortable and getting them to the speed that they want to start at.
They're actually supposed to be lining up off of
Red Rum.
Red Rum.
Yeah.
And Red Rum is not the first boat there, so they need to all line off of Red Rum.
Yeah, there's Red Rum right there.
Don't line up to the pace boat.
Yeah.
But those guys don't have our live stream going.
Nope.
Well, that's crazy.
I know.
What's going on with that? So,
We would.
right. Got that Garmin display in there, and they just would be displaying everything, you know,
We might have to tell them 6 times instead of 5 times.
Yeah.
or maybe 7 times. for Class
It is
7.
like herding cats sometimes.
Yeah.
There's Bobby's got it up and going now.
Right, we think we have yellow.
Yeah, getting them all lined up. You see that the majority of the waves are going to be boat wakes today. We don't have, of course, any, rollers or anything like that that they're going to have to deal with. Looks like they're trying to take them down that back stretch. Still got yellow. Still got yellow. I don't know at this point if they'll let them go there or if they'll take them all the way down around the corner and bring them out. It's awful close to the corner to let them go.
Yeah, I think they're going to come through that turn.
I saw the yellow go away, though.
No,
It's still up there.
Is
Yep,
it?
Yellow's still up.
Yeah, I will agree with Brian. I think they are going to try and take them through the turn, but we will see soon enough.
That's a lot of boats. Look at that. 2025 Lake Hopatcong Grand Prix. It's a great drone shot that we have there. Hammersticks in that second position. They've got a brand new wrap on that boat. That looks great this year. Congratulations to them. They had a great finish yesterday.
Man, that's a cool shot. Get these guys lined up and get them ready to go here. Just the tip needs to back up just a little bit and let these guys get lined up here.
Yep, it's going to be hard to get them around
I
that
know.
corner in a line. It reminds me of, when they line up all those skiers behind one boat.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that.
I could talk about that later too up in Lake Mohawk.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
You guys do that up here too, huh?
Oh yeah.
Now here's a great shot here of these guys holding their position around this turn. You've got nerves going on. You're excited. You're pumped up. You're getting ready to go. Now remember that the very far guy in 15's got all the way to go around here, and Red Rum's going to be. Okay, so they've
Taking them
gone
down.
off plane.
Yep. Like you guys said earlier, I would have to agree. You guys were correct that they're going to get them lined up on the south end and head north. And see the H there, that's where we're at. That's our home for the drone.
And there may have been some traffic they were trying to deal with down there and why they hesitated to bring them down until now.
We're going to be racing here soon. Oh, got one that may be a scratch. Let me look over there and see.
Almost looks like goofing around.
It is. Darn it. They're getting towed back.
I bet that's why they red flagged that part of it and get them safely off the course here.
Yep.
Last night they were just telling me that this is their favorite course, and now I feel bad.
Well, the Lauer boys, Matt and Joe, are getting towed back in. So, too bad. It's always fun to watch them out there racing around. They were racing in the JSBR stuff yesterday, too. I'm getting excited, too. I'm going to get going. I want to see some
The
racing.
back of my neck standing up, Brad.
I know.
Excited. Excited. Love it.
I'm getting messages here while we're waiting. Lake Hopatcong Grand Prix. I see all you guys' banners and the book there, the advertising book and everything. And on the very big cover and all of those, we're coming up on plane. I'll talk about it here in a second, is the American Custom Marine. Good friends of ours, Michael Knobloch from up around St. Clair. That's his race boat, and they were planning on being here, but his driver, Chris Uzi, was hurt a couple weeks ago in a boating incident. And we wish Chris well in his recoveries. And he grew up at this lake. So hopefully they'll be back next year. I know that they're a supporter of this race and sponsor of this race. And they're going to be back here next year. They love this site, and they look forward to racing this year at Key West. All right, boys, here we go. They're coming north. I see that there's a lot of speed there. Looks like we're green. We're racing here at the 2025 Lake Hopatcong Grand Prix. Class 7, coming up north end here, coming right towards our vantage point.
Yeah, it looks like we got a good start on that, Brad.
They did seem like they had a good lineup. Now, they will have to maintain their lanes all the way around this first corner on the north side before. Now, if they do get separation over 3 boat lengths, they can take that lane away. But they're bobbing and weaving as they head up here to the north end. Red Rum still looks like they have a little bit of an advantage out front. Shocker's getting close to them. Everybody is right there in a bunch. Shocker is in second place. And it looks like Shadow would be, no, Hammersticks would be third, and Shadow would be fourth. Team Progression's in fifth that I can see. And there's Yasista's coming right up on the outside. As they go into this first corner, like we were saying, this is a 3-pin corner.
Yep.
He had three boat links, so he could go close to the pin like that. Is that looks like Team Progression. As they're coming around, oh, kind of squared off that corner quite a bit. That is Red Rum.
Yeah, looks like Red Rum's out here in the lead and has got a commanding lead over the number 2 boat here.
Hammersticks would be in second. So there on that far side, that's still Shocker in third place.
Yeah, but looks like Shocker's trying to make a move.
Team Shadow. Then that looks like that is the Flying Lucy having a good run.
Got a great shot here as they come around the turn.
The dog leg there. Boy, it's pretty drastic today. Look at that dog leg.
Shocker's duking it down. Shocker's trying to make a run on Red Rum here, and they're going to try to get into position to take over that inside spot for the turn on the south end of the course, Brad.
Yeah, and Hammersticks is right there. That's great. And that's got Donald LaGrega and John Woods in there.
That's a cool boat, too. You know, really, all these Class 7 boats are really pretty cool boats.
Oh, they're just little rocket ships.
Yeah.
They have the capability of going much more than their bracketed speed. Red Rum has got a great run going. Got to hand it to Anthony and Robert. Great setup today. As they're coming in around the south end of the course.
Yeah, and those
Shocker has moved into second place, and Hammersticks is in third. They've stretched that out just a little bit. Oh, they're coming out of that corner. Looked like Shocker made a little bit more headway. They're running a little bit flatter than Red Rum is.
Yep, and you know that these guys are, they're trying to be as competitive as they can, but they also have to make sure that they don't break out.
Yeah, and by that point on the course, they're already at their bracketed speed.
Which is 60 miles per hour for those listening.
Yep. And all these boats really have the Mercury 300. And
well, I know that we talk about that a little bit, but with the number of boats that broke out yesterday, it's going to be surprising if we don't have that same type of thing again today. So what we're seeing on the course, may not be what we see and end up with as a final deal.
I saw some hand gestures going back and forth between Shocker and Red Rum as they're coming up towards our vantage point, going past the broadcast booth.
Shocker's trying to make a move. Chris Colson.
Looks like he's taken over.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to maintain that around that north turn, though. The field is really spreading out here. So where they're doing 7 laps, you said, correct?
7 laps on that. Yep.
That would be the first complete lap, correct?
That's correct. By my calculations, sir. All these boats are going around the end of the course here.
I'm going to try to give a full rundown.
Okay.
We've got Red Rum, Shocker, Hammersticks, 763, that's Shadow, I believe. Then the Flying Lucy, 752.
Yep, 752.
Chug It. Then Team Progression. 7. It's another Velocity. 7. I can't see that one. There's all the molars with all the velocities. I can't keep them straight.
That's probably your sister. That was the one that was tough for us to see yesterday.
Yeah. In ER Performance, they had a great run yesterday. That is a fast boat. But unfortunately, they did break out. So it's cool to see them, jump in here and race with us. I think that's the first time I've seen that boat.
Yeah. Yep, I agree.
Just the tip must have had a guardian issue or something. They're way off the
They
pace,
are
but
way
it
off
looks like
pace.
they're up to speed now.
It looked like they got a good start, but they were behind from the beginning. So you may be right, Brad.
Yeah. And the other boat that's just ahead of them is the other progression. The beautiful brand new boat.
Here's a shot. Looks like
Back in business.
progression, or looks like Shocker has gotten around Red Rum, but they are coming back around. So they're battling back and forth here as they come out of that turn.
Wow, you couldn't even see him. He was in the spray.
Yeah.
That's how close this racing is in Class 7.
Now, don't forget, we have 2 races going on here. You have the local boys against each other, and then the main race.
Yeah, that's right. Bragging rights.
Yeah,
Bragging
yeah.
rights.
5 locals.
But now I didn't see Tim Sharkey out there. Did you guys? Did he make a lap with the guys?
I did not see him.
We had kind of an exhibition that was going to run with them, but I did not see that he made the start. So Tim was going to bring out that Bullet 14-foot speedster.
So we've got a shot of Red Rum here, followed by
Hammer-Sticks, and I think that's Team Shadow that's just running, give them a run for the money. Team Shocker is out to the lead by about 7 boat lengths. Hammer-Sticks and 769, so that would be Team Shadow.
Yeah, they've got about a 3-second lead over Red Rum right now for first.
And then that is 752. The Flying Lucy, correct? Chug it.
Yep. We've got.
And then that's the Yasista 721, the Progression. And then 735 is that one that I couldn't see earlier. 735. Red Rocket.
Some local
What's
boys.
the number there on the ER Performance, Brad? Did you see that before it went by?
752? No. Oh. I'll see.
Yeah, we'll look when we come back around here. So we've got racing action here at the 2025 Lake Hopatcong Grand Prix, live here from the Jefferson House. As these guys get just a little bit further spread apart, Brad, this course is getting a little bit long. Now, one of the keys to this in bracket racing, is to make the course as short as possible. So, these guys are going to get up to their bracketed speed as they come out of the corners, but really the corners are where it's at, right?
Oh, definitely. They have to make a flawless turn to be able to carry the speed around the corners.
Yeah, 769 there. That's Team Shadow. We just had on our screen there. Looked like they were in 4th or 5th place. Great shot of the dog leg here as these boats come around. There's Team Progression. Dylan Golden, Joe Riley Jr. Joe just bought a new boat, right? Not
Yeah,
for
he
this
did.
class, but yeah.
No, it's pleasure boat.
Yeah.
Tom Kennedy, he bought his skater, so I know he is super excited about it. It's a beautiful boat. I've, we saw that boat many times down at Lake of the Ozarks. Tom Kennedy took such great care of that boat. My goodness, it's just pristine. I told Joe Riley about that, and I told him it's spotless. There is nothing wrong with it. And he goes, "You are absolutely correct." I told you. The first time I saw Tom Kennedy back that thing into the shootout, I was like, wow.
So we've got Shocker coming out of the south turn here, followed by Red Rum. Brad, who's in 3rd? It looks like maybe Team Shadow.
So I can't confirm that yet. I'll see that as they're coming up here. So the third place, they are duking it out.
Yeah, that's Team Shadow in 3rd place right there. And then after that, it looks like maybe Hammer-Sticks for 4th.
And we have 3 boats that are right behind them, just abreast.
Yeah, and from this shot, you can see here, if you look back in the pack, you can see some of these boats jockeying for some of that clean water to look for every bit of speed that they can out on the course. So Shockers in first, Red Rum's in third, Team Shadows in third, Hammer Six is in fourth. That other Velocity,
Yes, sister.
his sister's in fifth.
$7.52, the Flying Lucy,
Okay.
then Chug It, then $7.21 Progression.
Yep.
And ER Performance is side by side with $7.35 Red Rocket. ER Performance, their number is $7.52.
Yeah, we've got 752 Flying Lucy and 752 ER Performance. So here they are coming around the end of the south end of the course here. And there's a great shot right there of back in business. Another progression boat. Now we're back on your leader currently with Team Shocker. Chris Colson and Ray Evans in that, followed closely by Red Rum with Anthony Cruz and Robert Prechetti.
And just the tip is bringing up the rear there.
Yeah. Overall, a great race so far. We've got, it's Shocker is getting a little bit further ahead of Red Rum.
Stretching it out just a little bit. Of course, this is all to be determined once they download their GPS chips at the end of the race. They bring it back, and Cody Mackey will download it all, be able to see if anybody actually went over their bracketed speed for longer than 3 seconds. They do allow just that variance just a little bit, so that the guys, if you just get there for a split second, you're not disqualified, because they're trying to run right at that speed. If not, then guys have to run right at the, if it's a 70-mile-an-hour class, they're going to have to run 68. So if you give them the 3-second window, then they can try to run right at those speeds of 70 miles an hour, 60 miles an hour, 65, 75.
So here on the south end of the course, we've got boats coming around now.
Trying to zoom in there for you. Oh, that's a great shot.
Now this is a shot of Shocker here, and they've actually pulled quite a distance away from the rest of the field. You can see that the distance between first and second is pretty substantial, but then second to third is a lot shorter.
Those ducks are all lined up in a row, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, and we were talking about them jockeying for clean water, but once you get into a spot like this, you can follow the guy in front of you and get some of that same thing going on here too. So,
well, and once you get in behind a guy, it does break the wakes up a little bit, but you have disturbed water, so you can't get as good of a bite with the prop.
Yep. Now we've got a spot here where we've got Hammersticks just got passed by that other Velocity. Jackie Blue right there on your screen with Sean Metz and Kevin Metz.
So as they go around these turns here, how does it feel making history, boys?
Yeah, it's awesome. Gave me chills.
You need to ask those guys. Yeah, 7:31 here. We've got back in business. Coming past some of the spectators here that are tied up watching the race. There's a shot of Red Rum still in second.
So this class, of course, is really where a lot of the teams have started, and this is one of the classes that there's some brand new boats that people have invested a lot of money to get out here racing Class 7, and you can put together a boat, yet you can also buy an older boat and get out here and race it. As we were saying, that the Mullers have cornered the market on older Velocities, and they're a very competitive boat for this class. Yeah. So it's cool to see them out there, and you throw a 300 on it and get out there and dice it up with everybody.
And I was talking to Jax yesterday, and he said that he's trying to get his friends hooked on so they can buy their own boats and race those.
Instead of just using his.
Correct.
Yeah, yeah. I was talking to him about the same thing. Yeah, that's
I
awesome.
got to stop buying up all the velocities so everybody else can buy one.
That's
So
right.
yeah,
Good luck. They're the first ones to see them.
So, and later they'll be racing in their big Super Cat. Will be out here. They've got the Wicked Super Cat today.
Parked right over here at the Jefferson House, tied up to the Celsius boat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, they got them all the heavy hitters over here at the Jefferson House today.
Yep. Another little fun fact is Jay and Chase and Jax and Jason have their own sign that says reserved for Wicked number 6 only and has their names on it.
Oh, cool. Well, I tell you what, Lenny and Boomer have taken wonderful care of us over here at the Jefferson House, and yeah, looks like they're stoked for the races today. They got a heck of a crowd. Look over there; you can't see an empty table.
Nope, that tiki bar is definitely packed and the drinks are flowing. I'm a little jealous.
Yeah. No kidding.
yeah, yeah.
Well, folks, here we have them coming back up towards the north end of the course. What lap is this, Brian Baldry?
It's the lap after the last one.
Yeah.
I think we're on 5,
Is it 5?
uh,
I thought it was 4, but
maybe 4,
and we're doing how many?
7 total.
7 total.
Shocker in the lead currently, followed by Red Rum.
Now, Shocker broke out yesterday, correct?
I believe so.
Yes, he did.
Red Rum did not break out yesterday, so they just need to race a very conservative run a conservative race today. And you see that, like this one here, Yasista,
Yeah.
that I would venture to say, if I was a betting man, that he has broke out. He's really making up a lot of ground on everybody on the field in the straightaways. You
Yeah.
just don't see that.
Your sister's in third, followed by Hammersticks. And Hammersticks and your sister were battling out on the backstretch just a little bit, but your sister's pulled away.
But like you said, those are the local guys.
Oh, yeah.
That's the bragging rights race.
That's
Yeah.
right.
They're like, yeah, I'm not going to hit any other points races this year. I just want to go out and beat my buddies.
Yep. His response is going to be, yeah, but who finished before you?
That's right. And that lasts all year long.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It takes a full year, and we all get together a lot. And another sponsor, we all go down to Mason Street a lot, and there'll be a lot of smack talk going on.
No. Boat racers and smack talk? I never heard of that.
Yeah, your sister looks like they're trying to catch up on Red Rum.
I'd like to hear where that the name Yasista.
I don't want to complete the name, but there's another word that goes after, so we'll just call it Mac Attack.
Oh, okay.
It's sounds like a little local folklore there. So
Yeah, I'd say so. The Mackey's coming up here in just the tip.
getting an update on the rest of the name of that. So yeah, that's going to be local folklore for sure. So good times here at the 2025 Lake Hopatcong Grand Prix.
One of the big sponsors, like we were saying earlier, American Custom Marine. Unfortunately, they didn't make the race here today. Michael's back working on the boat. Going to get everything ready and get his driver ready for Key West, I guess.
And I don't want to miss an opportunity. You know, Mac Attack, your sister we were just talking about. His company's another big sponsor, the Cycle Exchange.
Oh, really?
Yep, motorcycles and 4-wheelers and stuff like that. So we thank them for their support and him racing.
And they're right here local?
Yeah, they're up in Andover. They have another shop down in, well, they just closed that one, so up in Andover, which is pretty close, 10-minute drive.
Cool.
Up by Cranberry Lake, another lake up here.
Great. What are you seeing, Brian?
I was just looking out here at the start-finish boat, seeing if we were anywhere close to that, and trying to get an update on one of the boats, I think.
As this, unfortunately, when we have, even 14 boats, it gets kind of spread out a little bit. And this, I like the racing on the other end of the lake as well, because it's so small, and everything's right there. And it's what we call the Bristol of boat racing. And you said this would be more like the Daytona. That's
Yep.
right.
They coined that phrase back in the day, well before I was born.
Wouldn't that? And they were racing down around State Park at that point.
They race State Park and down through River Styx across over here. That's right past where the yellow chute.
Now, looks like
buoy
we've
is.
got your sister passing Red Rum right now as they're coming up the front straightaway here. So they've made a move on Red Rum. And you're right, Brad. It's surprising to see someone
Make up that much
make up
ground.
that much ground. Yep, absolutely.
And if they knew that they did break out, let's go ahead and go for the win.
Just run it. Yeah.
Go for show.
That's not a bad thing.
Yeah,
That's what the fans want to see.
that's right. You get the FaceTime that way.
Team progression right here on the screen as they go up towards the north end of the course here. And these guys are coming back around. Shocker in first.
And they jumped out. What was that? About the half of the first lap. They jumped out up and around Red Rum, and they haven't looked back, man.
Yep.
But if I was saying, I bet Red Rum is probably just running conservative because they know that they didn't break out yesterday. And if they haven't broken out today, they're going to be able to hang on for the overall win. They got a lot of seat time in that boat. What is the Red Rum? Red Rum is is that a progression as well? I don't know.
It is a progression.
Is it a progression?
Yep. Their old boat that they had was a super boat. This one's a progression.
Oh, that's right.
Well, it's a beautiful day out here. We're keeping the wind down. A little breeze just picked up as these ducks go by. They're enjoying the race as well.
Do you have duck hunting up here?
No duck hunting, but the Jefferson House has a nice little spot, and they have their resident ducks that they feed, and they come up and they hang out, and everybody loves them.
Now I saw they have food dishes and stuff out for everybody's dogs and
Oh, yeah. They have a dog themselves named Tiki because they have their Tiki hut here at the Jefferson House. But yeah, they love animals. They love dogs. As long as everybody keeps them in line, they're always welcome, and the ducks as well.
Okay, so coming out of the south end of the course now, we've got Shocker in first. It looks like Red Rum has taken back over second place. Sista's back in third, followed by... Actually, hang on one second. I may have an update here for that. 1 second, gentlemen.
Looks like ER Performance was throwing a little bit more of a spray. I don't know if they've just trimmed it up going into the corners or what, but they're a little bit off the pace from yesterday. I hope nobody's hitting ground as they're coming underneath the bridge coming out here to the race course. So our pits are up on the north end at the small pond, and then they have to come through that chute or that shallow area to get out here to the racing.
But there's been a couple drone shots as they come around that turn on the north end that you can see right down and see the race course down there.
Yeah, so we've got Shocker, Red Rum, Sista, Team Shadow, and then Hamsticks.
Somebody just pulled in. Oh, I see a checkered flag right out here. That's going to end it for that Class 7. So the win's going to go to Shocker. Red Rum would take second. Hamsticks were they in third or
Fourth, it looked like.
fourth?
I think it was Yasista,
Yasista.
but we're thinking they broke out.
Yep.
But we'll give them third for now.
Yeah.
That's with Greg Kaltnecker and Chris McAtack.
McAteer.
Yep.
Then you have that's team.
That was Team.
That's Team Shadow there, isn't it? It's finishing up. Then that's back in business. John Queenan.
731's back in business, yep.
Yep. And Anthony Rizzo, and I think that is just the tip.
Yeah, that's just the tip that's going to be finishing.
Cody
bringing up-
Mackey and Adam Mackey. Adam's on the throttles in there.
We'll say they're finishing last, but maybe not when they go to the awards.
Yeah, exactly. May have to invert the whole field. We don't know.
They may have been the smartest boat on the course.
I did see Killshot out there back around the start-finish boat earlier in the race, and he did come out.
Oh, he did, huh?
He did come out. I don't know how many laps he finished, if any.
No, I didn't see him make
Yeah, I
a round. So, as we go on, Brian Hopatcong, as you know, it gets more intense and louder the farther on we go in the day.
Yes, sir.
So, we've got the one race under our belt, and they were hoping to get the second race off very soon. So, I believe we're going to stay up and go right into the second race, hopefully here very soon. They were supposed to, when those boats were getting towards the end of the race, bring the other guys out and get them onto this side of the bridge and get them ready to meet up with the pace boat and go down and get lined up and get ready to go. So we got a green flag. So that means that D is ready to go. Looks like some of those guys are getting on plane and getting off the course.
Some of them want to come here and enjoy after their race, and they're asking if they can show up to our sponsors and hang out. Yep. We said absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
How cool would that be to have all the boats out here in front of us?
Yep. Got a view of a nice tie-up out there. So Byram Cove is a big cove here at Lake Hopatcong that everybody around here knows. And you'll get tie-ups like that and 2-3 times bigger.
So I see right there in the middle that yellow bigger boat there next to the center console. That has the corner canopies. I believe that's an Adrenaline, or it's basically it was an Adrenaline. It's a 30-foot boat. It's really a cool boat. The lines on that are just beautiful. I saw it over at the pits yesterday.
Looks like a little cat next to it.
And there was a little cat, and there was a cat with a jet turbine running around.
Oh,
Is that
yeah.
one of you local guys?
Yeah, he's a local guy. He runs around all over the place. You hear him, it sounds like a jet or a helicopter going by.
Dude,
I
and
think
that
it's a
guy can
helicopter engine.
scoot
Yes.
now.
He rips it. And, yeah.
I'd like to check that boat out. I don't know what, we get some of those jet turbines out like the Ozarks, and we've seen them in the racing organizations as well back in the day. Geico had jet turbines, of course, but there's different sizes of those, and they can run for those high RPMs for such a long, extended time period. It makes sense.
Yep.
It's just an animal that I'm not used to.
I don't even think I can afford his fuel.
But they can run on avgas, or they can run
Yeah.
on race fuel, diesel actually, kerosene. So yeah, it's not that big of a problem to do that.
There's Chuggett pulling in.
Yeah, we see some of the boats pulling in here, coming over and celebrating with their crew. So, welcome back here to the broadcast booth with Brian and Brian,
Yay!
the 3Bs.
That's right.
Brought to you by the Jefferson House. The Jefferson House
Is
broadcast
behind us.
booth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here for the 2025 Lake Hopatcong Grand Prix. I think, Brad, we're going to take a quick break
Okay.
before we've got the next set of racing coming up. So we're going to go to break. We will be back here shortly for the 2025 Lake Hopatcong Grand Prix with OPA at the Jefferson House here. So we'll be back. All right, we are back at the 2025 Lake Hopatcong Grand Prix with
Guess who one of those would be?
Chris Colson. Ding, ding,
Great,
ding.
great guess.
Winner, yes.
Yep.
So,
In Class 5, we have 521 Shocker with Chris Colson and Ray Evans. In 522, we've got Rum Runner crew of Tom Crawley and Fran Velatetto. I think Fran said that his mom and dad were going to come over here and hang out with us over at the Jefferson House and take in his race here today. And then we have Typhoon 529. That's Tom Klein and Randy Sluice. And then 599, I think, is a scratch. So it's Bounty Hunter with the Goldmans.
yeah, Class 5 is doing 9 laps today. And actually, the lineup that we have, Rum Runner has the pole, Shocker is second, Typhoon is third. And then we've got the Class 6 boats that we'll talk about here now.
So then we have number 613 Kokomo with Stephen Jerome and Tom Jerome, which race also in the JSBRs with us yesterday, and they jump into their Kokomo race boat and be out here with us today. Then we have Logan's Heroes with Pat Marlowe and Steve LaPinta. They had a great run yesterday in the number 620. That they're coming back out and hoping that they're going to have such a great showing like they did yesterday. Then Team 633 Wicked is a scratch today. Unfortunately, Chris Hayden and Jax Miller had a little bit of motor trouble. We were talking about that earlier. 654 is J&J Racing with Joe Polino and Joe Kaiser. They another local team here. They had a great run yesterday, and that was another Martini that was really set up and was running flat. Looks like they're still on their parade lap, and so we can finish out this with Ray Martino and Nick McGee are in 622. And, Ray is the chairman of Offshore, and or what we call chairman of the board almost. And what was kind of a fun turn of events yesterday, he actually broke out. And when we announced that today at the drivers' meeting, everybody just broke out and with a roar and was in some big support of Ray for doing that. And then what's the starting order with that, Brian?
So in Class 6, we've got Logan's Heroes on the pole. We've got Dirty Martini in second. We have Horizon in third. We have J&J Racing in fourth. Kokomo in fifth. And Wicked, which was a scratch, would have been sixth. These guys are going to run 8 laps. Now, we've got an interesting thing here. Usually we have slower boats to the inside, but this time we've got to start here where we're going to start Class 5, let them get out of the way, and then Class 6 is going to slide in behind them for their starts today. We should be getting a green flag here shortly. I think they're going to take them to the other end of the course.
Yes, they will.
Around and then come back down.
They're going to do a full parade lap. So, Brian, you're going to give us a heads up that they're going to go up on the north end and go past
The Windlass.
the Windlass.
Yeah, Windlass is another big sponsor of ours, so shout out to them. I think Nancy's behind the bar, slinging drinks for everybody. They hosted our fun run. Did a great job there. Had a lot of fun. You got the Alice's right behind it. Alice, the owner, and we have the golf course over there where people are looking from as well.
So on our screen there, if you're looking down the lake, you can see where you're going through to the small pond, right?
Yep, there's Brady Bridge, and beyond that was our race course yesterday.
So to give everybody a lay of the land, you can see what they're having to do. They have to come from that area down to this part of the lake. To make the historic day of first time racing on the large lake here in Lake Hopatcong.
That's right.
Now, it should be an interesting race between Class 5 because yesterday we had quite the duel between Shocker and Rum Runner, and they were really duking it out. Rum Runner actually got a little bit of a spray down and took some damage to one of the helmets. That's what you heard us yesterday. Talk about something flying off. Everyone's fine. Everyone's good. Safety equipment worked as it should. But that's kind of a duel today that we're going to need to keep an eye on. And Typhoon, they're right in the hunt as well. So Class 5 should be an exciting race along with Class 6. Class 6 yesterday, Logan's Heroes and Dirty Martini duking it out with a little bit of controversy. Not controversy, but a little bit of back and forth between father and son in those boats. So yeah.
Yep. That's kind of cool. So, Ron May got hurt in one of the races that we had earlier this year, and so he wasn't able to race with Steve LaPinta and Logan's Heroes. So Pat Marlowe jumped in there with him, and so that gave Michael and Zach an opportunity to run Pat's boat in Dirty Martini. So the way that works out, Brian, it's the son is racing the dad in a different boat. So they
Yeah.
took dad's boat out, and they're trying to beat Pat and Steve in Logan's Heroes, so, which is really cool. And Michael is actually going to be driving, and Zach is going to be throttling. I thought they were going to switch it up though today. We'll have to see.
I didn't hear that part, but that'd be kind of interesting. So yeah,
Pat was sure proud that they're racing his boat. He's all smiles. Zach was giving him a hard time though. They were out testing on Friday, I think, and he's like, "Dang, Dad, don't be blowing it up before we even get to the race. What are you trying to do to me?"
Yep.
So
as this boat come around the south end of the course here on the last little bit, looks like we've got a flag. We're going to slow them down here and get them lined up, bring them around that corner, and hopefully get them started here very shortly at the 2025 Lake Hopatcong Grand Prix.
there you see the yacht club beyond us, and all the boat houses that are on the lake edge, lake shore all the way around. Beautiful homes. You know, geographically, this isn't a huge lake, but man, it's got a lot of cool homes and restaurants and boats. Gosh, it's so historic. It's a very very neat place.
I think it's one of those places where if you lived here, it would be hard to go anywhere else.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it'd be hard to load your boat up on a trailer and go to a different lake and really do anything else. You've got everything right here.
So, and that's
a
what
lot of
I was reading a little bit on the history is that it used to be the people from the city would come up here, you know, on the weekends and kind of get away. But then it kind of went away after the Depression and changed up, you know, the lifestyles up here a little bit.
Yeah, they had a series of fires up here that burned some things down in the ice factories, which we can get into because racing's about to start. But we'll
That's
talk
right.
about that in the future.
Yep, they're lining up on the south end of the course, folks. Everybody here in the spectator area, they're going to be on their feet. Everybody's looking to the south to see when we're going to get a green flag.
And it looks like we've got that now, Brad.
Green, green, green. We're racing with the second race of the day here at the Lake Hopatcong Grand Prix. We've got class 5 and 6 out there on the water right now, and you can see
Shocker jumped out, but Rum Runner's going to be right next to him.
just the same thing that we had yesterday. Just picked up exactly where we left off yesterday. Now, as we were talking in the first race, they have to maintain these lanes all the way around the first turn. But actually, if they have over 3 boat lengths of a lead, they can go ahead and take that lane.
Yeah. Now Chris Colson and Fran, they're going to be battling it out. They're both very, very competitive, as well as Ray and Tom. So it should be a good race.
These teams know each other well. So they're at their bracketed speed right there. And here we have Logan's Heroes and Dirty Martini side by side, father and son. J&J right behind them, just about 5 boat lengths. And then Team Typhoon. And there's a chairman of Offshore, Ray Martino in Team Horizon with Nick McGee in there as his navigator today. And
Kokomo's at the backside of that course here. Now we've got up here on the north end, we've got a battle here for first place. We've got Shocker and Red Rum.
not Red Rum.
I'm sorry.
Rum.
Rum Runners. My goodness. I'm sorry about that.
Too much rum.
Yeah.
Not enough, actually.
That may be the case. Yeah, we're going to need to get some refreshments here in the broadcast booth.
So that's exactly how they were coming down this other front stretch.
They are neck and neck with Shocker just about a boat length ahead.
As they go around the dog leg, headed back down to the south end of the course, down towards the yacht club. Maybe we ought to get one of those Woodies over there to get them to race in one of these classes with
Yeah,
us.
and if you go back here to the
Yep.
next class, we've got Dirty Martini and Logan's Heroes duking it out as well. Logan's Heroes is just ahead of Dirty Martini.
Got a little breeze picking up here. The sun's starting to sparkle. Beautiful day for racing. As they cross over right in front of Lake Hopatcong Yacht Club.
Rum Runner has the inside advantage as they go around the south end of the course.
You're going to be coming out of that turn.
Shocker with the twin outboards goes on the outside. I don't see that. I can't tell if there's any advantage from one to the other.
Well, I'll tell you what, Shocker tried to cut Rum Runner a little tight around there, and Rum Runner's like, nope, we're not doing that today.
Well, Rumner got to dictate the line going through that corner.
He did, but then Shocker tried to get ahead of him out as they came out of it. Not successful.
They're not disappointing for day 2.
No, definitely not. You know, they've had a lot of work done to that twin outboard boat that you see there that Chris Colson has. It's nice to see that he's having the advantages of it to kind of pay off today.
And Logan's Heroes is out of these turns here with everybody else and has about a 2-second lead on Dirty Martini. Typhoon on the outside of those boats there. J&J right behind. It's a great shot of Typhoon as they come through here. You can see Logan's Heroes and Dirty Martini.
So Typhoon and Logan's Heroes are actually two different classes. So Typhoon will stay to the outside and give them enough room to, get around Logan's Heroes and not get mixed up in that heated race between them and Dirty Martini. There's a great aerial shot of we have overhead as they come back down to the south. We have Team Shocker still out in front. I'd say that's by about 6 boat lengths.
About a 3-second lead, Brad.
Right underneath the drone shot. Can hear Fran's boat motors roaring down that backstretch right there at the dog leg as they head back down towards the yacht club.
You know, yesterday when those two boats were racing, Chris got really kind of aggressive in one of the turns. Did spin out just a little bit, a couple of different times. The first time wasn't as bad. The second time was hard for him to catch Fran at that point.
I think he kind of hooked it a little bit. My idea of a spin out would be all the way around, and he didn't do that. He never even came off plane. He just kind of hooked it and probably pushed him around in the seat a little bit, but was able to get it straightened out and headed down the course.
Yeah.
How do you think those motors sound when they make that turn by the windlass and just turn their engines towards them?
Oh, I'm sure it's waking everybody up over there. Kokomo.
We stopped by the windlass last night. It's a great place, great vantage point for the races as well. So
Beautiful history there, all those postcards on the wall.
Oh, yes, definitely. And like you were saying, they have the putt-putt golf over there, and is it Alice's up on a little higher vantage point there?
Named after the owner, Alice. Big supporter of the race. Her and Lisa Palanchi, who the manager out there. So big shout out to them. Windlass, we're giving you props. Thank you for all of you that you've done.
Definitely. You know, it takes a combined effort of everybody to put on the races here. We sure do appreciate it, of course, with all the patrol boats and everything, the volunteers. Couldn't do it without them. There on your screen, we do have Team Shocker.
Shocker's got about a 5-second lead now over Rum Runner.
Now, I didn't. Do we know the breakouts yesterday in that class? I think that Shocker broke out. I don't think Rum Runner did.
I would agree with that. Rum Runner had the pole for this race, and Shocker was in second, Typhoon third, and obviously Bounty Hunter was a scratch for today. So, yeah, I think Shocker.
Oh. You think Shocker what?
Yeah, I think Shocker broke out.
There we have Team Typhoon. Randy Sluice, he's been racing for a lot of years. It was great to see him this morning in the driver's meeting. Made sure everybody was ready to go. That Kryptonite, such a cool boat.
Class 6, we've got Logan's Heroes, Dirty Martini, J&J.
Speaking of cool boats, I wish Bounty Hunter was out there because Cougar Cat doesn't get much cooler than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate break yesterday.
High-speed come apart. There you got Rum Runners heading away from us, back down towards the yacht club at the south end of the course, trying to chase down Shocker.
Making a turn by another sponsor down there, Affordable Automotive with Rick Geary.
Appreciate Rick helping us out this weekend. Oh, check out this battle right here. We have Dirty Martini and J&J side by side practically.
That's a battle for second place in Class 6.
And that's 2 martinis, actually. You have the Dirty Martini and the J&J, but that's the manufacturer of those boats. It's a martini boat.
I thought you were looking at my side table over here.
No. I'm not throwing you on the bus that quick.
Where did you get that?
The only twin outboard that's out there today in this class. Headed back up here. And there's Team Horizon with Nick McGee and Ray Martino.
I think Ray's trying not to break out today.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Shocker has gotten around the slower traffic with Kokomo here, obviously in different classes. But
You know, it's really paid off. All the work that Chris had done on the Shocker boat down. He actually took it down to velocity and had Scott McCormick help work on the bottom of that boat, and it's really worked well.
yep, they've got about a 7-second lead over Rum Runner now.
It's very narrow if you look at that boat. Very narrow. Not a lot of wetted surface with that boat.
Yeah, I think Chris is definitely using that phrase, bust out another 1,000 for boat.
That's probably true. There we have Typhoon with Randy Sluice. And who's in the boat with him today? Tom Klein. Tom's driving, and Randy's on the sticks today.
Randy's always a great guy to have around the pits.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of fun.
Well, and he's been around it and worked on them for so long. Can help anybody if they're having any kind of trouble. Point them in the right direction. So
Logan just got about a 6-second lead over Dirty Martini and J&J, and the battle right there is for second place with Dirty Martini and J&J, and J&J looks like they're trying to make a move on them right now.
yeah, they've been side by side as they were on the backside as well. My drone shot froze up there a little bit. Seeing an aerial shot of the windlass.
Kokomo
There's
there.
the drones in Kokomo. Got to get a heads up of what that boat is.
Well, like you pointed out yesterday, it definitely is a flat deck.
Definitely. All right, coming around the south end of the course, we have Team Shocker, Ray Evans and Chris Colson, still leading the pack. Rum Runners trying to do anything they can in those corners to maintain the speed or increase just a little bit without breaking out of their bracketed speed.
They have closed that pace just a little bit. They're about 5 seconds behind now. I think we reported a second ago that it was 7 seconds. It's about 5 seconds now. So Rum Runners doing everything they can in those corners to shorten that course. Catch a little time on Shocker.
You know, but like we were saying in the first race today, all they have to do is run a conservative race, because if Shocker broke out yesterday and Rum Runner didn't, then they could go ahead and settle in for a second place today, but take the win overall, right? Boy, sure sounds good, though. That Larry Smith Scarab, Rum Runner.
Yeah, it does. Sounds great. Team Horizon here coming up on the front straightaway. Team Horizon had a little different configuration in St. Clair for driver and throttle person. With John LaPinta was in that boat. Steve from Logan's Heroes, that's his sister, was in with Ray in St. Clair. Not able to make the race today, so they threw Nick McGee in there and said, "Good luck. Good luck filling Don's shoes." So
Yeah, that's right. Well, they were having a blast, that's for sure. There you have Team Shocker still out in the lead. Class 5, followed pretty close by Rum Runner Rum Runner, of course, is a 4-time world champion, 3-time national champion, and a 2-time APBA Hall of Champion inductee. Fran Belletto, owner and throttleman. Tom Crawley, former driver of Typhoon that's out there on the course today, is driving for Fran. And they want to give a shout out to their sponsor that they picked up for this weekend, Stevens Transport and Crane Service, based out of Baltimore, Maryland. Provides specialized hauling, welding, mobile crane services across the East Coast. And it was kind of interesting, Brian. So Jeff Stevens saw them out practicing and chased them down and said, man, I just want to be a part of this team. And so he jumped on as a sponsor. So that's a cool story there. And then they have a local sponsor, Charlie's Tavern, located right here at the heart of Lake Hopatcong, that jumped on this weekend for a sponsor of the team. And I saw they had the boat over there on display the other night.
With Charlie's Angels.
Oh, yeah, Charlie's Angels. Serving up the drinks.
And
We've got a
smiles.
Class 6 update coming up here right now. We've got Logan's Heroes in first. J&J is now in second.
Oh, look at the separation there. Something must have happened.
Something must have happened to Dirty Martini. They are on. They're still on. They're in third. They're still on playing. They are. Looks like a little slower than they've been. So I don't know if
They're off the pace. Yeah, I don't know. They broke Dad's boat.
they're trying not to tell it.
Congratulations, Dad. Boat's broke.
Thanks for letting us run it. Now go fix it, Pops.
Yeah, exactly. Team Shocker still out in the lead today. South end of the course, we have Team Typhoon. I can tell that's kryptonite going around the south end with how flat that it corners. Very cool boat. Kryptonites are always fast. We were saying that. I still didn't get a chance to go over in the pits and check out that Pleasure kryptonite that was over there. Man, we should have taken some tape over and put a number on it. Told the guy to get out here.
Either that or just go hitch up to it, tow it home. Turn it into the race boat when we
Well,
get
get your pocketbook out there, Brian. We don't want to take anything without paying for it now.
there. Well, no, I'm not saying that. I got enough boats.
Yeah. Got a pleasure boat out or a spectator out there. We got to make sure that he's not getting on the course. It's like bow rider down there in the south end. The safety teams that got him under control.
There's always one.
Oh yeah,
They just get excited and they want to race as well. So
that's right. And they can't really say we couldn't tell what was going on. Really? These loud boats going by and everybody sitting there watching them. Logan's Heroes with Steve LaPinta.
yep, Logan's and J just passed Team Horizon.
Yep.
Dirty Martini coming up behind that. So
And Pat Marlowe is driving for Steve today. Steve is throttling, and we were saying that he's that Magnum that is his boat. He's done a lot of work to that himself and worked on the CG on that boat, moved the motor forward, and it's got a great attitude now. It was having a lot of handling issues before, but he's really got that figured out. J&J, they've got a great setup on that boat as well.
yeah, Dirty Martini is falling off the pace even further, Brad.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they're still up on plane. They're still running. They're just not.
They're going to get every last ounce out of that boat they can before they hand it back to the dad broke. Or,
Ooh, we got a big flyer there from Shocker as they came around the south end of the course. Grabbed a little bit of speed off there, but got it back under control.
so Michael is actually a neighbor to the Marlows up on Harson's Island, just south of St. Clair. And Pat knew Michael before Zach did, and Zach and Michael are pretty close in age. So, yeah, fast friends. Once they figured out they all have the same interests, so pretty cool. And there goes Rum Runners, holding on to a good run in second place today. Those guys have a lot of seat time together. They know exactly what they're doing with that boat and know the capabilities of that boat and the limitations of that boat too, Brian.
How much fun do you think these spectators at these houses are having as these boats come by?
I had my binoculars out, and you can tell a lot of the homes have kind of parties going on, watch parties.
Mm-hmm.
I know I would be. There you see a bunch of spectators there on the far side down towards the yacht club.
Yep. I had one right over here. I'll give a shout out to Tommy Smacker, who's begging to do live stream from his house.
Oh, yeah? Well, we'll have to keep that in mind. We got cookies up here, though. They got cookies?
Yeah.
They do? Awesome. Okay, well.
We have cookies, and they're delicious.
They're on your screen. I believe that's J&J, isn't it? Or is that Dirty Martini?
That looks like J&J.
J&J followed closely by Dirty Martini.
They're looking good, running smooth. Locals, Joe Kaiser, Joe Polino.
You know, and I don't see that they hit a lot of the races, but they're giving Logan's Heroes a run for the money.
Oh, yeah. They were talking last night, and they were definitely sick and tired of Logan's Heroes.
Well, they got about 6 seconds to make up on them. Not much time left to do it, I'm afraid.
But as you mentioned, you haven't seen it. J&J's been tweaking and getting things set, and they didn't want to go too soon. So you'll see a lot more of them next year.
Oh, really? Cool.
Oh, yeah.
See them out on the course more often.
Yep.
Well, Logan, the namesake of Logan's Heroes, of course, is here and saying hello to everybody at the drivers' meeting.
That was special.
Shocker coming up here on the south end of the course. Still with a pretty good lead over Rum Runners.
Logan's Heroes settling into their own groove, you know. They're getting comfortable with their setup. There you have Ray Martino and Nick McGee. I don't know, it doesn't look like they're going to break out today. He does have the capability of doing it because What's Up Motorsports just built him a fresh motor for that thing.
We had a special guest sneaking up on us over here. Chris Hopgood Racing later of the Celsius race team with Danielle.
Yeah. Somewhat of a local celebrity around here.
Mm-hmm.
His running partner, Jay Muller.
Yep. He fit very well into our group.
Yeah, he does, huh?
Yep.
Appreciate his support here for this race. The 2025 Lake Hopatcong Grand Prix. There you have Randy Sluice in the Team Typhoon. Coming back up to the north, number 529. It's good to see Randy back out with Tom Klein, running that boat around the course today. You know, they broke out yesterday, I know for a fact, and he isn't used to racing in these bracketed classes. And at the end of the day, I think they were getting up close to 90 miles an hour to catch up with the field to just give everybody a run for their money, which is so cool. So today in Class 5, we're doing 9 laps. In Class 6, we're doing 8 laps. So we're winding down here. If anybody, one of you guys can give me a heads up, I'm looking over there at the start-finish boat to see if D has a white flag out yet or a checkered flag.
See anything yet, Brad?
I think we're maybe a lap away from that.
Okay. Getting close, though. It's winding down here, folks. Back and forth between J&J Racing.
Looking right over D over there, that nice little house you pointed out before. And
Little house.
Yeah, deep end pools.
Deep end pools, huh?
Yep.
Now, does he have a pool right in front of that house, too?
Yeah, and Jay's going to be working on their seawall as well.
Oh, really? So that's what Jay does, is a lot of...
landscape construction.
Oh, okay. Great.
It's a great shot there.
Did my backyard as well.
Oh, awesome. And his boys help out with all that?
Oh, yeah.
Big shot there at Dirty Martini on our screen as they're coming up the course here, still trailing behind Logan's Heroes.
Rum Runner? No checker flag yet. We still are racing here. The 2025 Lake Hopatcong Grand Prix. So now back home in our area lakes, they let the water down in the wintertime to let everybody work on their seawalls and then bring it back up. Do you guys do that here?
Yeah, we have a 5-year drawdown like that.
Oh, okay. Every 5 years you draw it down.
Yeah, so we bring it down about I think it's 20. They change it. It's around 22 inches now
Yeah.
every year, and then they have the big 5-foot drawdown every 5 years.
And how long does that drawdown go? Just over wintertime? Bring it back up in the
Yeah.
during summer?
Yeah, it's sometime in November. It's at the end of November. It's down, and then January they start filling it back up in those time frames. So,
Yeah.
So the fact checkers out there, it's around that.
Ish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brad, looks like D's out on the front of the start-finish boat here.
Boat that's coming back up to the north right now is Team Horizon. I don't believe they would be ready to finish their race.
No, I don't think so either.
So I bet when you're getting ready for that 5-year drawdown, I bet everybody is lining up their work with. That's when Jay gets really busy.
Oh yeah. Yep. And that's where and he could still do it without that, but yeah, people start getting their permits ready.
Yeah.
There's a small time frame, and it's very chilly out.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to do the same thing. You got to get everything ready to go, so when the water goes down, you can jump in and get after that work really quick, because it's only down for a couple of months before they start bringing the water back up. And back home, if you get a big storm, here comes the water. You got to watch out. Can't leave any equipment down there.
That is true. So I'm getting text messages from people around the lake and some volunteers out there. We thank them for their support. And Dave and Patrice, we recognize you out there. Thank you for getting down here and helping us out. They're on the lake as well.
Yeah, great.
All right, Brad, looks like D's out there with the checkered flag.
Is this going to be a checkered flag for Logan's Heroes? Congratulations to them for taking the win here today at the 2025 Lake Hopatcong Grand Prix, followed pretty close by J&J Racing. Will take second place in Class 6. Third place looks like it's going to be coming around. Here comes Shocker. Is this going to finish their race as well? Looks like it is.
And the checkered flag for
The win's going to go to Team Shocker, followed pretty close, like I said, with Rum Runner coming in second place in Class 5. So we still have boats out there on the course. We
it
have
looks like Dirty Martini's going to come in here for third place.
third place will go to Dirty Martini in Class 6. Michael and Zach, they fell off the pace kind of about 3 laps ago, but they were able to go ahead and secure third place. A podium's finish for them. That's great, and didn't hurt Dad's boat too bad.
So you're talking about cookies before you opened up a whole can of worms. We got Rob Cochran out there, who's a last-minute volunteer out there, and he sent us a picture. Miss Guinness has cookies.
Sweet. They're trying to tempt us, aren't they?
They are.
There's a shot of your winners right there. Logan's Heroes in second place, Rum Runner, 2 different classes there. Got Typhoon coming up here coming in for their finish flag.
That will be third place. Will go to Team Typhoon, Tom Klein and Randy Sluice. That boat actually raced in another class, Factory 1, back in the day. It was such a front runner in that class.
Yep, and we still got one boat out on the course. That'll be Team Horizon. They will be coming up for their last bit of their lap here shortly.
With Ray and Nick. We'll see how much fun Nick had in there, helping Ray get around the course.
Here's a shot of Shocker take it off, and Logan's Heroes, your 2 winners for 5 and 6. Head back towards the other side of the lake.
So the next race coming up, we're going to have Mod V, Class 3, and Class 4. And we do have the Super Cat that's going to be running around the outside, putting on a show for all the local fans. And then the last race of the day is going to be SuperV and Super Stock.
Yeah.
So this next one is going to be something to see.
Now in Super V, there's a lot of competition, Brad, between What's Up and Knucklehead Racing, and has been for quite a while. And we'll see how that's going to work out today. I know both teams have a lot packed in store for us.
I think that's a green flag that they can get off the course. Is what they're doing there. Logan's Heroes going back around, but I believe they have finished all of their laps, and
Yeah, Logan's
she was not going to give out. She has the red flag up now to tell everyone the race is over, but she was not going to give out checkered flags from the start-finish boat today. She waves the checkered flag, but she doesn't give them away.
I don't miss it.
Red flag there for Ray and Nick as they pull into the infield. I don't know if they're going to make their way over here to the Jefferson House or maybe over to the Windlass, hang out with everybody.
I encourage them to go over there. They make good martinis over there. You were making me thirsty with the 2 martinis before.
2 martini boats. There we have the pace boat out on the course with the red flag showing everybody the race is over. We've kind of got a tight schedule here today, so we've got to get these other 2 races in, and
Yeah,
we'll have that big old Apache get everybody wrangled up. We'll get the next races started here soon.
Yeah, Logan's Heroes is still running down here. I'm not sure why they had pulled off the course already.
I'll tell you why. Because there was a thought that they didn't finish all their laps, and they want to make sure that they get that checkered flag. And that pace boat does have the red flag to show them that, yes, the race is over.
Yeah.
Chippy's waving that red flag. Don't Chippy's big boy now.
Yeah, yeah,
You don't want to upset Chippy.
yeah. Got a wacky with that flag, boys. Come on off the course now.
Yep.
Can you see me now?
Yeah. Well, congratulations again. It looks like Logan's Heroes will take the win today in
just wanted
the
to burn some.
Class 6. Pat Marlowe and Steve LaPinta. Ron May, we want to give a shout out to him. He's recovering at home. Had a bad broken leg that he had from a spill inside the boat, actually, during the race. Just kind of jammed it in a weird way. The boat kind of came down and diverted and kind of threw him sideways in there and broke his leg. So, Ron, man, you're probably listening at home, and best wishes to you and speedy recovery. We're going to get you back out here.
Yes, sir. And I don't think we have any double duty going on this next race, so I don't know that we're going to have to wait as long as last time. That's my hope anyway.
Cool.
As we look at Typhoon backing into a slip here at the Jefferson House, I think Randy's thirsty.
Yeah. So is he local from up here?
He's Jersey. He's South Jersey, so hour and a half away. Just like the Rum Runners team. And,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Tom Crowley and them.
Yeah, yeah.
The Class 7, Bad Habit, Goofing Around, they're all down there.
Cool. Gotcha.
Got a good story on that one for Morehead City. If you got a couple seconds.
Yeah.
So talking about the Mini Guinea, we're going down to, and Mark Rossetti, my partner, was talking about it last night. We're heading down to Morehead City. I think this is 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. And I got a call from Mark, and he says, I got some bad news. He's like, your trailer's not too good. I'm like, what happened? He goes, somebody cut me off zigzag. Long story. The boat was off, dragging down. Yeah. So, so we had a little bit of a problem. Got a crane there, put it back on. We head down, and Johnny Donnelly and I think Ryan was with him. Saw it, called Mark, said, "Hey, what's going on? Yeah, you okay?" And Mark jokingly said, "Well, and he had his prop on, and he said, well, if you have a lower unit, I can really use one." He goes, "I'll call you back." He's like, "What?" So he called up the Goofing Around guys, and they made a special trip and went north into Jersey, Central Jersey, picked up a lower unit, took it off a boat, grabbed the lower unit, and they started heading down. And then Evil Ways, Anthony Ferry, got us a prop, and we put it on down there. And after a lot of bandaging and testing, we went out there and raced 2 days.
Really?
And
Nice.
and you know this for a fact. It takes a village, and they all came through, and we had a team around us helping us at every move to get that boat. So it went from the throughway back on the trailer to racing for 2 days.
So that's what you call fresh bottom work.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was a little tough going around those turns because there was no grab anymore.
Oh man, that's scary.
Yeah.
I hope it didn't get too far down into the coring. But uh, folks, you welcome back here to the booth. I got Brad Harrington with Brian on either side of me, and we're looking forward to this third race of the day coming up here shortly. Brian, are we going to stay live, or are they going to give us a little break here? What are we going to do?
I think we're going to take a quick break here. We will be back shortly at the 2025 Lake Hopatcong Grand Prix here at the Jefferson House. All right, welcome back to the 2025 Lake Hopatcong Grand Prix. OPA Racing today, day 2. We've got some exciting racing on the third race of the day, Brad. We've got the pace boat out, bringing boats around now. We've got several different boats that are lining up. Let's run through this list real quick of what we've got going on.
Okay, so in this in this race, we got Mod V, Class 3, and Class 4. Back to you, Brian. Just kidding. No, okay. So Mod V, we got Waz Up with Ed Smith and Anthony Smith, father and son duo, and then we got a cool setup. We got Brothers Racing with Zach Brunninger and his uncle RJ Brunninger, and Zach's parents are here at the pits, running around behind us. His mom is pacing back behind our location right now. She is just on pins and needles because Zach started a couple races and been at a couple races like Atlantic City where we had to cancel because of the fog. So they're hoping that they get a full race in today for Zach. So that's Mod V. Class 3, we've got We Haul Boats with Zach Kramer and Mike Ogden. Mike Ogden, of course, that's a new boat to him. Very cool. It's a bad boy boat. So we're looking for good things coming from them. Then we got a really cool older boat, is American Express with Joe Patterson and Jimmy Kazini. And they were out ripping it up yesterday and had a water line come off. Got one of the motors hot, so hopefully it's going to be able to do a full race today. And then we got the Herbot boys. We got Keith Herbot and his son Cade in Herbot Racing, 388. And then we got a special treat for everybody. We got the local team of the Wicked Super Cat with Chase Muller. And I hear Jay Muller's in there because Jax, I was just talking to him over here on the boardwalk. And they got Jay in there. They wanted him to get an idea how that boat was running, so he open up his pocketbook and get it, worked up and ready for racing going on next year. So that's going to be a special treat for everybody. They're going to be going wide around the outside, putting on a show for all the local fans.
Yeah, but we've got the pace boat here under yellow flag. They're going through that parade lap, just so that we can get everybody familiar with the course and run this a nice, safe race this day. So,
and local Brian, I get to say that.
Yep.
Or Lake Hopatcong Brian. The big old Apache that's coming up here. Whose boat is that? You said it's a local boat here.
Yeah, that is Scott Palio. He's actually another sponsor of Palio Construction. You'll see some big Adirondack chairs. That's his signature with Palio Construction, and he's building some really nice big houses on here. In fact, the one that Jay used to live in has been sold, and it's a really big build going on, and he's taking care of that.
Awesome. Well, that's a beautiful boat there. It's one of my all-time favorite boats. Honestly, that have ever been around. It's just beautiful, and it's pristine. It just looks like it's in great shape.
And all of those boats together are making a symphony in my ears.
Oh, yes, they are. You hear the roar. Now, we also have on there, I didn't hear, we've got Team Hamilton. Did we go through? I didn't go through class 4. So let's jump into that. Number 409, we got Hartman X Insurance with John Lazzetti and Jerry Hartman. And then we got 421 with Gascott Marine with the father-son team, Raul Gascott Jr. and his dad, Raul Sr. Raul Sr., of course, wins the award for furthest traveled. He comes all the way in from Puerto Rico to run with his son. And then we have 456, Team Hamilton with Brandon and Jeff Millinghausen. They're out of Oklahoma, aren't they? And they come in and they're racing with Team Hamilton.
Yep.
Team Hamilton, I believe, is based out of Texas, but the Millinghausens are running the boat here today at the Lake Hopatcong Grand Prix.
Yep. Now we've got boats coming down on the back stretch here, still under yellow. They're going to come around that end, and then I think they're going to send them racing, Brad.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll take them down into a milling circle or not. So Mod V is actually going to be doing 10 laps today. Class 3 is going to be doing 11 laps, and Class 4 is going to be doing 11 laps as well. So
Class 4
good
yesterday.
luck with you guys trying to keep track of that.
You are the official lap counter.
Oh, no.
Harrington.
Well, we are in trouble then.
I think we need to make it lap guessers.
That's
Yeah.
that's a good one. Local Brian has a great terminology for that.
The Class 4 race that we had yesterday was really kind of a great race between Gascot Marine and X Insurance battling it out consistently through that whole race, really.
What a great shot of American Express right there.
Yeah, it's a really cool boat.
They gave us a scare down there yesterday, though.
Yeah, so they lost that water line. Then they hooked it back up, fired up the motors, and wow, the steam was just shooting out of that motor. Probably, what was it, 500 degrees, and they throw a lot of cold lake water on it. How
Yep.
cold is the water, you said?
It's about 70 degrees.
Oh, a little chilly for a swim.
Looks like they are going to mill around after all. And, looks like, well, I was just about to say there's really no breeze, and I see a little hint of the flag over here moving, but
Not as breezy as it was earlier.
no,
Right.
no.
Right.
Yep, sun's coming out more. Yep.
So it's kind of interesting today. We have one pace boat, so we're going to have one start and have all of these boats lined up. So it's really going to give us a roar as everybody comes down past our booth here, past the Jefferson House and the Windlass, as they go up to the north end of the course and make the big turn to come back on the backside and to hit the dog leg. So it'll be getting pretty loud here soon, guys.
Great shot of these big boats as they start to get back up on plane to come down and start racing, Brad.
I'm going to use an inside joke to Brad right now. Billy Bob, Billy Bob.
That's right. You're getting all excited, right? I'm going to stand up. Everybody on their feet, man. We got to get ready for this. A lot of heavy hitters in these classes.
I wouldn't doubt getting this picked up in the microphones as they roar by.
Oh, yeah, definitely. What do they say with the car races? When they do that, the motor cam as they go by?
Mm.
Let them roar past there. Looks like Herbot's kind of holding back. We got a yellow, and then I saw green, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Green,
Yeah,
green, green. We're racing here with the third race of the day of the 2025 Lake Hopatcong Grand Prix.
I could hear the green on that one.
Exactly. Local Brian, that's a great way to say it. You could hear the green as they're zooming back up here to the north end. Looks like that's got to be American Express.
Yep.
It's zooming out to a lead there. Now, he is in a bracketed class, but I don't know if he's going to pay attention to that. He may try to duke it out with Wicked.
Don't think he's going to have much luck with that.
Wicked looks good.
Yeah, it does.
Wow.
Local boy showing everybody how it's done. Now, here, as we're going into this north turn, see how everybody kind of bottlenecks there. Got to hit that first pin. There's Zach and his uncle headed up to the north end. That's American Express right next to Wicked as they come out of the third pin, headed back down to the south.
Heading back down into the south into that dog leg here.
What a great view.
Yeah, that's great, dude. American Express giving Wicked a run for the money. We got racing going on right here in Lake Hopatcong. And Jimmy's from New Jersey as well, so somewhat of a local, not too far away.
We'll allow it.
There you have Was Up right out in front of Herbot. X Insurance is on kind of the inside of the dog leg. We haul boats there on your screen.
Yeah, so right now in Class 3, we've got American Express in first place, Herbot Racing in second, We Haul Boats in third. Mod V, we've got Was Up and then Brothers Racing. And then Class 4, Brad, I'm not sure where we're at with Class 4 yet.
Yeah, I'll have to get an update when we come back around this way. We'll be able to pick it out. There you see the big old Super Cat, Wicked, coming around the south end of the course with the condominiums there in the background and the yacht club.
Big old rooster tail.
Oh, they've stretched out the lead a little bit over American Express there. Herbot's about ready to catch American Express. Here's probably the fastest boat we're going to see out there today. Wicked with Chase Muller and his dad, Jay Muller.
Brad,
I don't
we've got
think-
Herbot coming up out on the outside of American Express. It looks like they're catching them right now.
We got a race in Class 3. That's great to see the Herbots having a strong showing here today.
Herbot is actually getting ready to pass American Express right here. They are neck and neck.
I think they're tip to tip right there. Bow to bow.
I would say so. Then we have Waz Up and Hartman, X Insurance. Then you have
Last
them.
four, we've got Hamilton and Gascott. Well, we've got X Insurance, Hamilton, and Gascott.
Yep. We Haul Boats there would be in third place in Class 3. One lap. One lap for all of them. It's down in the books. We're going to try to keep track of that as best we can. Here, Brothers Racing going by.
So that's Mod V was up and Brothers Racing. First and second there.
Nephew and uncle racing today, not brother racing.
Right.
We should have got some tape and fixed that on the side of their boat. There you have Wicked making an easy work of this bigger course here today. Big
Wicked.
old motion cat.
Yep, and they love those wide turns.
Yes, they do.
That battle that we had between American Express and Mr. Herbato
You know,
coming into that south third, they are American Express is in front.
Jay Muller coming back up here with his son, Chase. And we saw that Jay had his parents here yesterday, right?
Yep, Roe and Tippy. Icons. Everybody loves them. And yeah, his father was out on the Facebook yesterday. I did not see him today, so I don't think he's out there today.
Probably back here rooting him on.
He loves watching his grandchildren.
Saw Jax over here. He was just filling me in on the Class 7 race and how he's getting all of his buddies hooked in here. And I got a little bit of inside information on the Flying Lucy. That's Jax's personal boat.
Yes.
And Lucy was his with his dog that passed away not too long ago, and so he named it after his dog, Flying Lucy.
Yes.
Looks like American Express has about a 3-second lead over Herbot. Was up coming through here.
Was Up. Then what looked like two similar boats but different classes. We have Was Up and Team Hartman X Insurance. Team Hartman X Insurance, Class 4. But Hamilton is right there within striking distance of them. And then we have Gascott Marine Services with father-son team in third place. We Haul Boats. I was talking to Michael Ogden about that, and he's still figuring out the boats. He says a little bit different setup next time, just trying to get a feel for the boat. But he goes, it's such a cool piece. He's really looking forward to good things with that.
It's unfortunate. You never seem to nail it on the first try, do you?
No, you don't. Well, it's always a work in progress, you know? Everything is. Nobody is ever completely happy with their setup.
Got a race here between X Insurance and Hamilton Racing. Looks like Hamilton's catching up with them.
But on your screen is Team Wicked. Putting on a show for the fans here. Hometown crew. Good shot of the south end of the course. They're getting spread out here, trying to find where the good racing's going on, so we can get you an update.
On your screen here is American Express with Herbot Racing trying to chase it back down. American Express has opened that gap up just a little bit over Herbot. Herbot's running a great race.
He almost looks like he's gaining on him from this.
Yeah,
finish
I
point.
think you're right. Herbot is. He's absolutely getting. I think Herbot's faster in the straightaways. And there you go, right there. Herbot passes American Express.
Oh, no. Jimmy's not going to let that happen.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Yep,
what I
that's
thought would happen.
a fight right there, folks.
Yep. They both are capable of over their 95-mile-an-hour breakout speed. What's up? With the father and son team of Ed Smith and Anthony Smith.
I'm watching Wicked come up from the south end there. They may be lapping some people as they come by here.
Oh, absolutely. There's a great shot of the boat that is for sale.
Aren't they all?
Well, that one definitely is.
Yeah.
It's actually advertised and everything. Raul said, come and bring your checkbook, and he'll set you up. You know, they've got some sponsors this weekend with the Gascott Marine sponsors. Covenant Financial Group out of Shelby Township, Michigan, and Next Level Detailing out of Banamon, Puerto Rico.
He might have been the happiest man in the drivers' meeting today. He was shaking Boomer's hand and thanking him for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they're such nice people. Father and son team, like I said, and it's so cool that his dad travels back up here and races with his son. Definitely one of our favorite teams.
Yep. As we're gathering up the order here, a little shout out to some sponsors. We always like to make sure we do. Dana Ferguson of Remax. She helps volunteer. She's out on the lake with her husband, Matt, who is Matt Ott of Ott Services, LLC. Locals here in Lake Hopatcong. So if you need any beautiful work done in your house, Matt Ott, give him a call at Ott Services. And if you need to sell or buy a house, talk to Dana. Remax.
Here you go. It's racing going on in Class 3. Herbot's on the inside this time. American Express on the outside. American Express doing anything they can to keep Herbot just behind them, just on their hip.
But I think this, like I was saying a minute ago, the straightaways, I think Herbot's got it. But about the time I say that is when American Express comes roaring back, Brad. This is where our race is right here for sure.
I bet you both of these guys have broken out.
I bet
They're
they don't
doing that. They don't care. Oh, that's hilarious. Awesome racing right here at Lake Hopatcong for you today, folks. There you see the big rooster tail from the south end of the course of Wicked. And as we zoom in here, we got Was Up in their Phantom, the Mod V, coming back in to the north end of the course, right past the Jefferson House and the Windlass.
Yes. And we don't want to forget about the Big Fish Lounge. That is a little bar underneath Alice's. I know that Tom Crowley loves going there.
Oh, really?
Shuffleboard, darts. It's a great little spot.
Good shot there of Hamilton. So I know that the lap counter is in front of me, but everybody is welcome to keep track of the laps here. And I think we are far enough behind now that there is no point of us trying to keep track of that.
I know we have more than one.
Yeah, laps? Thank you, Captain Obvious. So Captain Obvious I thought was on my left, but actually is on my right.
Hey, there.
It goes back and forth a little bit. We appreciate that, though. Thank you. We haul boats going past. There's Brothers Racing with the running jurors, Zach and his uncle RJ. Zach's having his first full race here. That's super excited.
And that's really a really cool boat, Brad.
Oh, yeah, they've done a lot of work to that
thing. It's really cool.
And it's really paid off for them, too. Oh.
We got American Express and Herbot.
Herbot goes to the inside again. American Express tried to push him to the outside, but Cade and Keith ducked to the inside.
So coming up the straightaway here, right in front of our spectator fleet. Gosh, I keep saying this. Herbot hasn't been the straightaway, but then here comes American Express right back.
Did you see how fast the American Express was running yesterday? They have the capabilities of running way over the bracketed speed.
I mean, there's breaking out and then there's breaking out.
Yeah, but this is great racing, side by side.
Two different style boats in the same class running neck to neck.
Now, if those two get too involved with racing each other, then it's going to leave the door wide open for We Haul Boats to take the win. With Zach Kramer and Mike Ogden.
I mean, that's the case. If they've broken out, very possible.
There you have, was up on the screen. That's another boat that was for sale.
Still is.
Still is, to an extent. They're not going to give it away, but if you want a very fast charging and competitive boat, look them up. They'll hook you up with one of the fastest boats out there. Hamilton Marine, the Velocity, 39 Velocity. So many different classes and manufacturers out here today. Here we have a very unique boat, We Haul Boats. That's a bad boy. Twin step design on that boat. Looks like the old school flat decks, but it's got the modern bottom to it that just makes it super fast. I'd like to take that thing for a rip. Got to get with Mike and do that.
And the We Haul Boats?
Yeah.
Probably can.
I love that flat deck design.
I really like the What's Up boat.
Do you?
Yeah. I'm a mod.
You've said that
I like
before.
that. I do.
Here's Brothers Racing coming back up to the north end of the course, right past us here at the Jefferson House. Zach's doing a great job today on the wheel. His uncle RJ on the throttles. You can see all the boats out there in the spectator fleet. Old Glory waving in the wind there. You do see that they have a little bit more wind down there on the south end of the course.
Herbot and American Express coming up on the front side. We just saw them for a blip on the screen here. Still duking it out. Shot there, American Express pulling away from Herbot now. And I think they said, break out, schmake out. We're going to roll.
Now, that's just spray coming out of the back of American Express? Wasn't steam yet. You know, geographically, size, it's not a huge lake. But how big is the lake here?
It is the biggest lake in New Jersey.
Freshwater lake.
Freshwater lake.
Yep.
Yep. And at its longest point from end to end, it's 9 miles, believe it or not. It's 4 square miles, and it's got 45 miles of shoreline, give or take.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah, we got a lot of neat little coves, and that's what makes this unique.
Great shot of X Insurance there as they're coming across the back or the front straightaway here, heading up towards the north end of the course. Right.
That's another Phantom. So 45 miles of shoreline, and how many different towns or townships?
3.
Very cool. All the same county?
You have 2 counties, Morris County and Sussex County. So you have, Lake Hopatcong, Jefferson. I'm going to get some fact checkers out there, but I'm Mount Arlington, sorry. So, yeah, so I guess you can go with 4.
A lot of different jurisdictions.
Yeah,
then, huh?
and we actually have over one of our old sponsors, Lola's. There's a little town. They have I think there's about 10 houses or something like that, and they have their own mail place, and it's called Glasser, and that's about it.
10 houses.
Yeah, it's something like that. They're like
That's
apartment
a little
houses. Yeah, the town of Glasser.
Was up on coming through the dog leg on the back
Backstretch? Yep.
back to Brothers Racing here on the front straightaway.
You know, they've done a really good job. Brothers Racing looks like it's running a lot more straight and true than it was early on in the race. It may be coming into their setup. Zach on the wheel, getting it all figured out with his uncle, RJ.
Herbot coming up on the front straightaway here. I don't see, Brad, I don't see American Express.
You don't. You're right. I don't. I do see Wicked is pulled to the inside. They've had their fun for the day. So it may have been a little bit of steam coming out of the back of that boat.
Yeah, good eye there. I think
Herbot. I don't see a checkered flag over there. Do you? There's kind of a boat in our way. They're still racing. As this third race of the day is winding down.
I do see D out on the front of the start-finish boat, but no action quite yet.
Beautiful day here. Sunny. The sun has come out, but the clouds burn off, and it's warmed up. When you get in the sun, it is nice and warm. But in the shade, I'm glad I got a long sleeve on. Hamilton Racing coming up here. Millinghausen, Brandon and Jeff. Do you see any flags over there, Brian?
Not yet.
Local Brian and not local Brian. Gascot Marine there. Here comes on your screen is the bad boy. We haul boats. Brand new boat to them. They've had it for about, what do you say, 30 days or so?
Zach Kramer and Mike Ogden.
Ran it long enough just to run it around a couple of days and then took it over and had Anthony and Nick over at Was Up Motorsports kind of get everything figured out. Had a couple issues they wanted to take care of. He said he wants to change the setup on it just a little bit before he does any more racing. Brothers Racing. Zach's first time in the race boat, doing a full race. Well, it looked like we're going to get some a little bit more insight. Nick Smith's going to jump in here on the broadcast with us.
How we
Hey,
doing,
Nick.
guys?
Hey, we're good.
Thanks for jumping in here. Appreciate it.
Thanks. I've been sitting on the sidelines here while the drone's recovering
Yeah.
and watching my pretty boat go around a pretty lake.
We were just talking. It's still for sale, though, right?
It is still for sale,
You could make them a deal.
but there's all kinds of rules. You got to live in the Northeast, race with OPA, leave a 525 in it.
Northeast. So I was on board until you said the Northeast. Now, come on.
Herbot looks like he's got a tractor header leaking there in that
Yeah,
shot.
he does.
You know, you got to give it to them. Cade and Keith, they came on the scene a couple years ago, bought our old 38 from us, and they've been to every single race we've run since.
Yeah.
And for better or worse, blowing up stern drives, blowing up motors, he's here no matter what.
You know, we helped them 2 years ago in Michigan City put a drive back on in the pits. So we're not only just commentators.
Not just a pretty face,
Just
huh?
a pat rack.
Well,
So while I got some free time, I just wanted to jump on here, and while everybody's checking in at home, waiting for the big boats coming out next, I just want to thank everybody for joining the stream for the 2025 Lake Hopatcong Offshore Grand Prix. Right now, you got Raul Gascott with his old man running out there in Class 4, and Team Hamilton, and all these guys that I'm so proud of. This is 2 really big days of racing, 2 really tight race courses, and having been on the main lake for the first time today, I got to say I'm in love with this new race course in Lake Hopatcong.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations. You know, with this and the JSBR, we had 60 boats. That's awesome.
60 teams and race boats. Not, they're not no joke. I mean, those JSPR guys are out there running more horsepower than most of the 7 boys.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. And then we had a great turnout here for OPA. So it's everybody's putting on a wonderful show for the locals here at Lake Hopatcong and everybody worldwide that's jumping on and watching the stream.
Yeah, and to that effect, to the guys that go home after this and rewatch these live streams to see how they did and everything else, if you listen to this, thank you so much. I had a bad year, some things we couldn't change, some unforeseen things, and here we are with this turnout. I'm so proud. I just want to thank everybody for their support.
Yeah, we had some bad luck this year with some weather and some other things. Man, that fog that we had in Atlantic City was just brutal.
We couldn't find our rental car.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you're exactly right. We couldn't see the shore from out on the pier. Yeah, it was what did they say? Like soup.
Yeah. Yeah, pea soup.
Pea soup.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you're proud of how your boat's running now. Your father and your brother, are they going to get in the big boat and run it too?
Yeah, I have a feeling they wanted to come out and see this course before they get in the Super V.
Yeah, because they got some stiff competition there with Knucklehead and Twisted coming up here soon.
Yeah, and I don't want to take over these boys' race, but yeah, that's been the battle all years, was up at Knuckleheads. And from what I saw in the boat last week, I think Knuckleheads has a problem this weekend.
Oh, yeah, I think you have a little bit of inside baseball. You did a little testing with your brother, huh?
Oh yeah, we were out. We tortured those motors of that thing for a week. So if she stays together, she's fast.
Yeah.
Throwing down the gauntlet.
There's the old girl right now.
So give us a little bit of the specs of that boat. So it is a Phantom.
It's 30 Phantom. It's one of the very first ones built with the new deck, but it is the original 30 hull, not
Okay.
the new hull. And we love that boat. The shame of it is now that I'm as involved as I am with the organization, I really don't get the time at these races to run my own boat anymore. And it's a shame because I'm absolutely in love with it.
Yeah.
Such a good boat. We do the fun runs and the poker runs with Allison with the MPBA
Yeah.
up in New York, and I still stretch its legs, but there's nothing like being on a race course.
Yes. Awesome. And it has the stock 525 in it?
It is still bone stock 525, welcoming all challenges.
Yeah.
Anybody out there that wants to come, we signed her up in Mod V this weekend, hoping maybe Jerry Hartman would want to run with us.
Yeah.
Or, because this weekend we decided modified V meant anything that you wanted to run.
Really? Okay, cool.
We had a little gentleman's agreement between us, X Insurance and Bruninger and Speed Marine, who unfortunately couldn't make it. They had some bottom damage last weekend.
Oh, really? Okay.
And yeah, we were gonna come and see what they got.
Cool. Very
We
cool.
always love to see that boat out on the course. It's a lot of fun to watch.
Hey,
It's
give
one
us
of my favorites. So.
It runs a lot like this one right now on screen. I mean,
Yeah.
that one of my favorite boats this weekend to watch is that 38 bad boy right there at Mikey Ogden's and Weehall Boats. It's runs very similar to that Velocity there. They're bow high. They're old offshore warrior boats,
Yep.
and very cool to see that back out. When I was a kid, I got to watch Tony Pacheco start the initial designs on that boat,
Really?
and very cool to see Tony's hard work out here. One of the best fiberglass guys I've ever been around, and that was his brainchild right there, that bad boy.
Really? So now there's some other bad boys, but that's the only open cockpit, right?
Open cockpit 38, yes. There's a canopied 38 that ran in the series for a while in the Super V ranks back
Yeah.
when Super V was 525s.
Okay.
And that did very well. It was extremely fast. We raced against it in the 06, 07 range.
Okay.
And very fast boat. And they also built a 32, which is a carbon copy of our old Futura Marine Viper.
Really?
Yep. And he did put a step and a pad and, manipulated the bottom, but the lines of it are gorgeous, just like all old school V bottoms are.
Is it still around?
It's still around. Last I heard, it was owned by the famous Ed Finelli, and it was banging around Atlantic City last I heard of it.
Really?
And they also built a 32 Cat out of that same plug. Cut a V bottom in half and put a little deck between it.
Really?
Yep, ran awesome. Pair of small blocks in it.
He is not afraid of fiberglass work.
Oh man, Tony was the man. Happy to see his product out. Hopefully that lights a fire back under him because he was good for the sport.
Yeah, that's awesome. There on your screen, we do have Hamilton coming back up here in the 39 Velocity. It's great to see that team back out. And we got Jeff and Brandon Millinghausen running the boat today. But it's great to see Team Hamilton out here running.
So with that team in particular, I'm very impressed with Jeff. Jeff is a guy that's been around offshore for a very long time. Goes all the way back to, the mid '80s, and ran just about everything you could think of, from big Apaches to little cats. And so I've gotten to talk with him a lot this year, and talking with him this weekend, there's just a different look in his eye. There's a different tone in his voice out there with his son. It means something to him.
Yeah.
And very cool to see them out there getting seat time. He told me he's not here to win, he's here to learn. So it was cool watching Brandon get his laps in and get out of the boat yesterday. He had a little GPS scare, thought maybe it didn't record, and it did. And very cool. Cool to see the Millinghausens out here.
Yeah, definitely. And now they're out of Oklahoma, correct?
No, they're actually out of New Jersey.
Millinghausen?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep, they're at
We
South
thought they were
Jersey. Give a little shout out to the Sweetwater Casino up the Mullica River.
Oh.
You can always find a Millinghausen up there.
Huh.
Brandon was one of my bartenders for the last 20 years. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that. And on screen is the Bruningers. That's Zach and Russ. Zach getting his seat time in. He's a rookie this year.
And we're
It's
getting
Uncle Russ, right?
a checkered flag. Sorry about that, guys. Didn't mean to jump in there.
How dare you?
I know.
How dare you interrupt us with facts?
How dare you interrupt us with actual race stuff?
And so
Checkered flags here, so
that is the checkered flag. I think I see X Insurance getting towed in past the start-finish boat there. That's a shame.
Oh, really? That's
Yep.
too bad. Well, that thing just sounded like it. That I think he has a 565 in that thing or
Yeah,
something.
598, 565,
It's
something
huge
big.
mountain motor in that thing, and it sounded wicked yesterday.
Man after my own
goodness.
heart.
Yeah, exactly.
And finishing up his laps here is Rich and Brandon.
And your brother and your dad.
Waza.
Tell us about that. The name there.
The name.
Yeah.
So that goes back, 20,
Like, all right.
25, 26 years ago. There was a commercial on TV with the Budweiser frogs, and
Did your dad like that, or was it you kids, or what?
it was pretty funny at the time.
It
and,
was
and
pretty
it,
funny.
and it probably would have phased out, except we started going to these parades at the races and street parties, and the fans loved to scream it from the sidewalks, and it kind of just stuck.
Yeah. Well, it's worked well for you guys. Good luck, evidently, has been very successful with that name.
Yeah, that's big kudos to Smitty, man. He's magic on a steering wheel, and everybody knows what caliber Anthony is. I mean, he's just a whole other animal.
That's true. Yeah. Well, and that's going to shine here when they're coming up in the next race. And, I don't think anybody has more seat time in a fountain canopied V-hull than your brother.
No, I don't believe so. I don't think there's anybody alive with more minutes in a canopy of the fountain.
He's giving the checkered flag there to Hopatcong Racing. Finished their race up today.
So they will win in Class 3 by my calculation.
That's what I'm calculating.
And
too.
second place will go to We Haul Boats. And American Express had a great run early, but something must have happened. It looked like there was maybe a little bit of steam coming out of the one of those motors. So maybe they had another water line come off.
Yeah, that
Three
was
Hall Boats takes the checkered flag there.
that was tough to watch yesterday when he overheated it and
Oh, that's what we were
fired her
talking
back
about.
up.
Yeah.
I went out to Yellowstone last year and got to see the geysers, and never thought I'd see it in New Jersey.
But you did.
did.
You sure did.
That was
We even heard it.
yeah,
Spout off.
whistle from it. Yeah. So it's like the boat was catcalling you, Brad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go make sure that for this last race, we have everything we need to bring you guys a good live stream. So I'm going to turn this headset back to Brian, but I'll be back with you guys to chat about the Super Vs in between. And stay tuned, guys. This is the 2025 Lake Hopatcong Offshore Grand Prix.
Great. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate you jumping on here with us, giving us a little bit of the more of the insights of the inside baseball, what it takes to put on the race here with the OPA crew. So much thanks goes out to him and his whole crew.
Still have a couple of boats on the course. D is waving the red flag with the checkered flag, meaning, hey,
This race is over.
we're done.
So what's up is going to finish
Take the
up.
Checkered flag here. And now everybody.
I believe What's Up is on their extra lap right now.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I see D has the red flag out, I think, with the checker. Am I right, Brian?
Yep, that's what we were just talking about. Yep, she's out there with those two saying, hey, guys, time to reel it in.
She said, now if I get to the point where I'm doing the checkered flag and the red flag, it means you have done your extra lap. You are done. Done, done, done.
They're just trying to give an extra show to all of the supporters out here.
That's right. Putting on a show for the crowd. What do you think of this turnout, Brian?
I think it's great. I wish the lake was just a little bit higher. I think some people pulled some boats out, but man, there is a crowd here. And as you look around and you can see all the people here, and I know there's a lot of people, not just here at the Jefferson House, but at the Windlass and all the other establishments around. And we could see the people at all these house parties.
Well, one of the things I saw, they have their servers going out on the docks and serving boats out on the docks.
Yeah,
Just stay in your boat, and they'll bring your drinks and your food right to your boat.
yeah. I heard Boomer, the owner, Lenny and Boomer, which you met, and great people. I heard her when I was out there. She was coming into her servers. Whoever has docks 13 and 14, they're ready to order, and they're here.
So they have servers assigned to certain dock slips, and they are servicing food out there. So they just extended their tables into the lake.
That's
We were
awesome.
talking to them last night. They were the server we had. She was saying they were coming up and asking how everybody's sea legs were. So
Yep.
getting them ready.
And she said, "But I got good sea legs. I'll do great." She is doing a wonderful job, working her tail off out here. There you have Brothers Racing finishing up their laps for the day with Zach and his uncle Russ in Brothers Racing.
And
Congratulations. to
Mom's
the-
out on the end of the dock making sure everybody's fine.
She is. We can see her from here.
Yep.
Well, congratulations to them. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get the fourth and final race started here soon, but I believe we're going to jump off for just a moment, and I'll try to get some heads up of anything that's, any new and exciting information coming up for this final race. But stay tuned. We'll be right back with race number 4 of the Lake Hopatcong Grand Prix. Bob.
Welcome back to the 2025 Lake Hopatcong Grand Prix. OPA Racing today. This is the final race of the day, Brad.
It is.
And we are here at the Jefferson House. We've got it's a great venue here and lots of great places to view the race. So let's run through these classes. What we got out here now?
So we're going to have a really exciting race here. We got SuperV. Unfortunately, we do have a new information coming in. What's up? It's going to be a scratch for this race. Ed and Anthony, they found a problem with the boat, so they're not going to be able to make the start. But we do have Knucklehead Racing with Evil Ed Smith and Jay Woltman. Then we have Team Twisted with Brian Klenick. And Jax Miller's going to be in there. Jax is first time in the boat. He's getting him ready. He wants him to race later on in the season with him. So Brian wanted him to get some seat time here at his home water. And then, of course, we have the Super Stock, the only Super Stock, but Team Celsius. And we've been enjoying some of those Celsius here at the race with Chris Hopgood and Jay Muller. So they're down at the south end making their parade lap. These big fountain V-holes are what really, I guess it's my favorite class.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
really is. Because, if I had my druthers, that's the class I would be in.
Yep. These guys are going to be doing 10 laps today, and those laps are going to go fast, Brad.
Yeah, it is. So, some people that know us know that we run my boat at the shootout. So maybe then it's up to you to buy the fountain, canopied fountain for us to race in.
Okay.
There you go.
Probably be dead by the time I could afford it, but hey. All right, I see them spooling up.
I see yellow.
Yellow flag still. I heard it. They got me all excited, Brad.
They're supposed to do a full
I
parade
know,
lap.
but I got excited.
They were getting excited as well.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on?
I thought they were trying to make up a little bit of time and try to catch us up a little bit, but
We have rooster tails, though, I'll tell you that.
and they are quite a ways away and already can hear them roaring.
Yeah, that exhaust coming out the sides of those big old fountains sure is loud as they go by. That's why all the fans love them. And local Brian, if you want to give us a heads up, you got some other sponsors that you wanted to make sure you get a shout out to.
Yeah. We're talking about the Muller brothers. So CRM Contractors, run by Chase Muller. He does some work at my house, and he's around Lake Hopatcong in the area. So look him up and some of the other guys that work with him, Mario and such. And then if you got your boat dinged out here while you're hanging out, Panis Auto, big sponsor of ours. They can get your gel coat repairs and everything else with fiberglass work. And we'll say the Ice Factory supplying all of our ice to make sure everybody has a nice cold beer and a cold drink.
Yeah. Saw a lot of people around here at the Jefferson House are enjoying those things. I heard that there was a bridal shower upstairs in the banquet hall. So cool.
I wonder if that was
On purpose to
Yeah.
have it here for the boat race.
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That sounds like something we would.
Yes.
All right, and you could have your bridal shower, but it's going to be on this weekend.
Yeah.
You guys could be upstairs while they're doing it. We'll be downstairs hanging out.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like a bonus.
Yep.
It is a bonus. It's a win-win.
Yeah.
The Jefferson House does do a lot of the, bookings for special events and every occasion that you could possibly want. And you know what? They are family owned since 1967. I did not know that.
Yeah, and they got the tiki bar here and the best sunset on the lake. Look at that huge rooster tail going down the backside there.
That's
Knucklehead's getting that thing warmed up,
Yeah.
ready to put on a show.
Don't pass the pace boat now. Trying to get the Apache to run with him a little bit.
They can't wait to let them eat.
Yeah, and Super B is going to be doing 10 laps, and Super Stock is supposed to do 6 laps. And then you were telling me, local Brian, Lee's Marina, that's where all of our safety assets are based out of, correct?
Yes, sir. All of our command center with the state police and all of our rescue, ambulance, EMTs, ready and waiting for nothing, hopefully.
Yeah.
And that's what we're planning on. They're just going to be there for show. But they were awesome to work with, very professional, and I think through all the meetings we had with them over the last several months, couldn't have gone smoother.
That's great. That's great. We sure appreciate their help all weekend. And, then we have Stu Slotnick. It's his birthday weekend. He turned 53, I think,
53.
yesterday. So happy birthday to Stu.
Yep, Stu's up in the crow's nest up there above the winless is Lake Hopatcong Golf Course.
Oh, really? He's probably over there playing putt-putt.
In between what races he might have. So.
Yeah.
I thought he heard a yell at somebody that they took an extra stroke.
Well, he's a stickler for rules, so there you go.
That is true.
So, gentlemen, this is the last race of the day for the 2025 Lake Hopatcong Grand Prix, brought to you by OPA Racing. I'm excited about it. I'm a little nervous that it's the last race of the day. You know, I always hate when it comes to that part of it, but you know, excited for the big boats to be going around the course here.
Yeah. But after the races, you know, we mentioned a lot of the restaurants on the lake numerous times, but just off the lake, Chapala's, Gatwin's, and Pub 199 are all big sponsors. So hit them all and fill your bellies up.
And then, local Brian, if you could tell us where's the awards going to be tonight?
The awards will be back at Lake Forest Yacht Club, 35 Yacht Club Drive. That's where the races were yesterday. Estimating, as we know, time is always fluid with racing. I think around 7 o'clock, but I think they would like to get them done sooner since we're finishing pretty much on time. I hear a green flag getting close.
Yeah, it is getting close.
Right.
I don't know. I'm going to get on our feet here. Everybody and all the spectators are standing up. I do see a green, green, green. We are racing with the final race of the day here at the Lake Hopatcong Grand Prix. You see the rooster tails come up.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Really?
The roar towards the north end of our course here.
Man, you got to love that sound.
It is out to the early lead. Celsius is dicing it up with the V-holes here. How cool is that? Jax Muller and Brian Klinick, twisted. Jack's dad, Jay Muller, Chris Hopgood and Team Celsius on the outside. We watch here as they go around the north end of the course. Trying to watch here.
Here we go.
Coming around the apex of that turn on the
North end of the
north end
course.
Yep.
Man, look at that.
3 abreast. That's what it's all about. You'll hear them roar on the back stretch. There you got the 2 fountains duking it out. Looks like Knucklehead has a little bit of an advantage going down the back stretch, over Twisted, as they head towards the dog leg. Evil Ed with Jay Woltman. Jay Woltman has really done a great job jumping in there and filling the seat.
Yeah, and from that angle, you could see the side exhaust on those boats, which really, you know, Brian, like you were saying earlier, really makes them loud as they come past the spectators in our booth here.
Yep.
Great example of what we're talking about when we are talking about that part of the boat. So.
Yeah, the windlass must be getting an earful.
I think everybody's getting an earful down there at the yacht club and everything. A little bit different from the sailboat regatta that was out there earlier today, that end of the lake.
It's really good they do those sailboats early in the morning because I don't think they'd appreciate this at 6 a.m. So.
No, probably not.
What are they running, air turbines?
There you see the big rooster tail. Knucklehead Racing out to a lead here, coming up towards the north. Evil Ed Smith, Jay Woltman.
Yeah, he decided he was going to walk away from everybody else. He's like, I'm going to go out and stretch my legs for a little bit.
Got those Sterling power plants at full song. Wow, that just looks awesome.
Oh.
Brian Klinick and Jax Muller.
Sounded like they got twisted, got out of it just a little bit there.
And then the quiet boat, the stealthy boat, Team Celsius, Chris Hopgood and Jay Muller.
They went zipping by.
Yeah, they did. Now the nature of the beast of the big V-holes, of course, is the attrition. It's so hard on these big motors, you know. They do have them limited by their RPM, which, you know, it's spec racing. They have to run a certain motor package, but they can only run a certain RPM. So, whenever somebody says, "Oh, well, the bracketed classes, they're bracketed by speed." Well, yeah, but these are bracketed by RPM. And Celsius, now if those outboards are so reliable, if anybody's going to be able to make the full race, I guarantee that they would.
Probably going to be Celsius.
Yes.
Would not disagree.
Safe call.
Going down towards the yacht club at the south end of the lake, and that's Bertrand Island, right?
That is Bertram Island. That's a landmark here. That used to be a amusement park.
Really?
Yeah, they had the Lightning roller coaster, Ferris wheel. They had a lot of games. That was back in the early, just before 1920, I think they did that, and then it
Oh,
closed
the
down.
Roaring 20s?
Yep, and it was, it was a big attraction until the early to mid 80s when they closed down, and now you see what they've done with it. Beautiful place, a lot of history there. And the golf course has a replica of the Lightning.
Cool. Very cool.
Knucklehead roaring past the spectator fleet here.
Knucklehead Racing out of St. Clair, Michigan.
A lot of dance halls, casinos up here back in the day. A couple ice factories. They used to ship it down the Morris Canal, down to New York City, so people had ice before you had refrigerators.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense. They're cutting the freshwater ice here. So does this lake always freeze solid?
Not every year. Depends on the years. A couple of years ago or last year, it froze good, real good solid. But there's been times when you really didn't get any ice, and there's times when it's been a couple feet thick.
Oh, really? Yep. Here on the backside, you have Team Knucklehead, Jay Woltman and Evil Ed Smith.
So this turns into another playground. Ice shanties. There's people out there with ice sailboats.
Really?
People set up hockey rinks out here.
So it gets thick enough to get out there and trust the ice.
And lots of snowmobiles.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Sounds very cold.
It is very cool.
Yeah.
Sounds fun for a couple of days, but then I'd get cold. You got Jax Muller and Brian Clinic trying to chase down Knucklehead in their in the Twisted fountain. Brian bought the Twisted boat and put fresh power in it, fresh drives, redid it. A lot of work to that.
Drove it straight to Ed's place.
Yeah, didn't tell Ed what he bought. He said, "Hey, I got you a surprise. You got to work on for me." Oh, Knucklehead's loosening up a little bit. I can hear it getting up towards the rev limiter, popping just a little bit. Evil Ed is so much fun to talk to. He's been in so many different boats over the years. And I asked him, I said, "So how does this rank against all your other race boats that you've had through the years?" And he said, "Brad, this thing is just so straight and true. It's a blast to drive. It's just reliable. You can anticipate what it's going to do." And he just loves this boat. And the Twisted is a taller freeboard, a taller sided fountain.
And I think didn't they have to put a new deck on that when they got that?
Mm-hmm.
Took it to Ed's and put a new deck on it, I believe. Found some issues with that, got that straightened out, and out on the course you're running around.
Boy, Knucklehead is fast. So Knucklehead is the what they call a barrel back fountain. Has those swoop down edges down towards the transom.
Yeah, just disappointed that Was Up wasn't going to be able to make the race today. Those two have had quite the battle back and forth a number of times over the last this year and last year, and been quite a bit of back and forth with those guys. So
Yeah.
that and an American custom marine would have been fun to have all three of those out on the course today. But
Yeah.
you're talking about attrition, and sometimes it just happens.
It sure does. And it is tough. And Was Up and Knucklehead are the same boat. They really are. So it's very competitive.
Yeah.
And then besides having two Brians in the booth, you'd have 2 Ed Smiths out on the course.
Yeah.
So it's easier in that regards, I guess. We only have 1 Ed Smith out on the course right now.
Well, that's why we go with
Great
Smitty
shot
and
right
Evil Ed.
there.
That's right.
Man, that looks quick.
Showing everybody how it's done. Knucklehead Racing out of St. Clair, Michigan. Evil Ed and Jay Woltman. Putting on a heck of a show for everybody.
He's a nice little pit stop for a couple of days when you're going from St. Clair to Michigan City.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, Ed opens up the marina for anybody that wants to store their boat there. And Julie and Sean and everybody back at River Bend Marina, they really extend a welcome to everybody. You know, that's where Brian Clinic has his boat worked on. And actually, Raul Gascott keeps his boat there, the Gascott Marine, at that marina.
I stayed there the one year in our RV when I was towing the Mini Guinea, and when Jay was with Wicked, we stayed a couple days, and he
Yeah.
did some repairs, and Ed's always opening up a shop for people, and
He is.
then you head on to Michigan City.
You know, he has some cool older woodies there too that he takes care of for some of the locals. There's some
does.
beautiful boats there.
Yeah. It's
Great.
a massive piece of property.
Yes, it is. Great overhead shot of Twisted, Brian Clinic, and Jax Muller. Jack said, I got into that canopy and it's kind of tight compared to the Super Cat. He goes, it's not as much room.
Yeah, you know, you look at those boats and they look pretty good size here on the course, but you get up close to them and you don't realize how narrow they really are until you get in there. I've been in Evil Ed's boat and helped him work on some of the equipment that's in there, and it's tighter than you think. So,
Really?
yeah.
We all are just being in awe as Knucklehead screams to the north.
The silence was deafening.
Crank it up.
It
Listen
is.
to those Sterling motors roar past our booth.
Such a great looking boat.
See all the spectators out there trying to get video as those guys go by.
You know, we saw the Twisted boat in St. Clair, and even just sitting on the trailer, it's impressive. You know, both those boats are just super cool.
Oh, Twisted? Yeah, we got a up close, kind of a tour.
Yeah,
Brian,
exactly.
Brian gave us a whole tour of that boat.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Cool story about that boat as far as, you know, how Brian purchased it. And, yeah.
And showed up to his buddy's place, wouldn't tell him what he got until he got there.
And the great thing about these racers is, not only for Lake Hopatcong, especially next year, but all the other race sites for everybody listening, these guys will let you come in there and take a look at this stuff. They are super cool people.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Check them out in the pits. You know, any of these races that we go to, come check them out, talk to them. All the racers want to talk about their equipment they work on all year long. Some of them even have a merch that you can purchase. You know, you might be able to support their team by buying a shirt or two.
You know, that's funny too, because we've talked about it a number of times, you know, how people get into the sport. And, you know, you can get into the sport with the JSBR guys and some of the smaller boats, the Class 7 boats and things like that. But we've also got some stories where people are like, hey, I went and hung out with, you know, a Class 5 boat and I had to go buy that. And that's, you know, that's what I went and did. And when I was looking for a race boat, I was kind of that same way. I knew what size I wanted. I went and talked to a couple people, found what I wanted and bought it. So
It's an addiction.
yeah. I bought my first boat when I was 9, so I've been buying boats ever since then. My problem is I can't seem to sell any of them. So,
That's called a collection.
If you don't like
mean-
holding on to money, it's a good thing to do.
well, yeah, that seems to be my curse, I guess. So,
Well, the Mullers sure do that by example. They get a lot of their friends into racing up here, and then they hope that they get bit by the bug and buy their own boat. So it's a very cool thing that they do up here at Lake Hopatcong is get all their friends and family involved.
Twisted rolling around the south end of the course here, getting ready to come back up the front straightaway for lap number 99. Not sure.
No, I don't think quite that many.
I got a little guff from one of our friends at home about our lap counting skills, and certainly
Really?
invite her to come out and count laps.
When you have this excitement in front of you,
I
it's very
know.
hard to keep looking down and count laps.
That's right. And she's going to get here and start to count laps. Just be like, no, I'm too excited about watching the boats. So great shot of Celsius comes past the spectators here on the front straightaway.
We've been enjoying some Celsius here today, keeping us going and energized in the booth.
They bought a lot of it too. Thank you to that Team Celsius and Celsius.
Oh, they brought a lot. I thought you said bought a lot. They
So
brought.
they brought a lot that they handed out to the fans.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a good time for them.
I heard that they were running over here at the Jefferson House. They were running a special with that and a drink of some kind. So, yeah, that's awesome.
Let's buy one, get the second one for the same price.
So, something like that.
Knuckleheads Racing coming out of the south turn up through the front straightaway here.
Folks here at the Jefferson House have been wonderful hosts for us.
They really have their staff. Everything that, when we come and put on a set like this, we've got a lot of requests that we need, and the staff at the Jefferson House has just been phenomenal to deal with as far as, very, very accommodating, very easy to work with, and just an overall good time.
Yeah.
Got a guest coming in with us right now, Brad. Introduce us here.
Hey,
How you doing?
welcome to the booth.
Thanks.
Yeah, you want us to give us a rundown about how your brother did and your son and the Mod V?
Did pretty good.
One of the Vinegar boys going to give us a heads up.
Very happy with what he did. He held the boat together for all the laps. His turns were good, and we were expecting to take it real easy. And my brother was saying that they were up in the low 90s on the straightaways, which we need a little bit more if we're going to be super competitive in Mod V. But for his very first race out, I'm extremely happy. He was only in the boat once before.
Really?
Here's
Yeah.
the question. Mom okay with the speed?
Well,
She's
seems
cheered
all
us
right.
on. She's not worried anymore.
She was pacing back and forth during the
We
race.
saw you pacing on the dock.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, she was a little bit nervous.
There we got Twisted. Twisted on the screen going by. I hear the RPMs coming down. That can't be the finish, but they may be done for the day. See what they've done. But in Twisted, we had Brian Klinick and Jax Muller. Maybe they were just getting seat time for him as well.
Possible.
Yep.
I know that I don't see Knucklehead out there. I
Oh,
don't see
yeah.
Knucklehead.
I hear him
Oh, there he is.
Yeah,
Yep, down in the back.
Yep.
corner.
Down.
blasting around. White flag. Believe I see that, right, Brian?
Looking right now.
I think she threw that for Super Stock.
See it, maybe.
Listen to it. You can hear it popping just a little bit. You're getting light on fuel.
I got to tell you though, Jay is doing an excellent job in that boat. The attitude of that thing. I mean, he's to get in there and
Absolutely.
hammer that thing down like that.
That's a thing of beauty, isn't it?
It looks like it.
Yeah. Looks like they're going to call it a day, too. Congratulations to Evil Ed and Jay Woltman in Knucklehead Racing taking the win today in the Super V class. And Brian Klinick and Jax Muller coming in second in Team Twisted. Unfortunately, was not able to get out there and dice it up with those guys. And the Super Stock, though, the Team Celsius, Chris Hopgood and Jay Muller going around putting on a show for everybody. What do you think about those big fountains like that, though? I know you've done a lot of work, about a lot of boat work and things. Pretty cool, aren't they?
They are, and we would eventually want to get there. I mean, we do have a 38. I know I've told you that before. We've got the old Wicks boat, and we're rebuilding that from the ground up. And hopefully we'll see that here maybe next year. If not, hopefully the year after. But we're gonna try for next year.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna ask what that time frame was for that.
We're
so,
gonna
yeah.
we're gonna try.
So-
We're gonna try.
Is that going to be a Class 3 boat?
Well, yeah, it should be a Class 3 boat, but there's some talks. If I had my way, I'd like to build back the original, well, what was Super V, right? Before they changed Super V to the bigger boats. But maybe like a Super V Light, 35 to 38 with spec engines in it.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Bravo drives and no number 6 wheels, just regular wheels.
Yeah.
And that, if I have my way, that's what I would do. But
Okay.
we got to work that through the powers to be.
Yeah. So that's a 38, just like Herbot.
Exactly like Herbots. Yep.
Yep.
Very
Exactly
similar.
like Herbots.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So there are a handful of those boats around. Of course, Strictly Business is still around somewhere, but it's not on the course.
Yep, Strictly Business is still around, and I've been in contact with Ryan. He owns the boat now. He got it from Louis' family. So we've talked, and then he actually has a buddy who originally wanted to buy my boat, the 38, and I told him we're fixing it. We're not selling it. But the rumor is that he found a 35 as well. Canopy 35.
Really?
I don't know what boat it is, but I heard through the grapevine that it's at one of my buddy's shops getting some fiberglass work done on it.
Get it.
And so we're gonna try to do our best to get them out here too. So
Awesome. We want to see all of that stuff. So,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we
Excited
have a
about
good
that.
class going, and we had the 235s, and then we got our boy Billy Shipley up here with Chad Woody.
Yeah.
Right, we got his 35 and the 238s.
Oh, that'd be a blast.
That'd be a good looking class right there.
That would be. That would be. You know, those canopy fountains, they are so much fun to watch, and they just look like they'd be a blast to run too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
we're looking to. I'm going to change it up a little bit too. I think we're gonna come out the sides with the exhaust and make a real crowd pleaser out of it.
We always will welcome that. Absolutely. Those are the best sounding exhaust and good crowd pleasing times. So
Yeah,
absolutely.
definitely. Well, everybody, I want to thank you for joining us today for the 2025 Lake Hopatcong Grand Prix. I see Zach behind us here.
Yeah.
Congratulations
Exactly.
on
Yeah,
your first
nice
race.
job, buddy.
Yeah, great job.
Yeah.
Great job. Hey, you didn't wad it up, so you got it back on the trailer one piece. Mom's happy. Uncle's happy. Dad's happy.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody's ready
Everybody's
to go.
happy. We're
Yep.
ready to go here.
So we had a great race here today. Really appreciate all the teams coming out and supporting the race here at Lake Hopatcong and all the locals here. And they've just embraced these races. And we made history, guys. This was
did.
the first race
Yeah.
on the big water here at Lake Hopatcong.
Yep.
So hopefully, good Lord willing, we'll be back here next year.
Hope so.
And,
This is always a good event.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
a great
it's
event.
always a
And
good
all
event.
the teams love it, you know, and all the locals are really very hospitable.
everybody.
And oh, yes,
Everybody. It doesn't matter. We've been on a lot of different places. We've been, even like convenience stores. People are like, hey, we're glad you're here. We're glad we're here for the races, and we get to events like this, and everyone just loves doing this. So yeah, we're very fortunate to be a part of that.
Yes, and thank you again to the state police and all the local EMS and fire departments and patrol boats and everybody that has put in so much time and effort here today and helped put on such a wonderful event. So, like we said, good Lord willing, we'll be back here again next year. And on behalf of everyone with OPA, thank you for joining us for this 2025 Lake Hopatcong Grand